Hello and welcome to the stream. Welcome to Technically a Stream, the only just chatting stream that exists. That is technically, the full stop, just full stop. The only just chatting stream that is technically a podcast. My name is Max, and I'm joined by Unged and Nick. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello,
Greetings,
gentlemen.
friends.
More copyright music just started playing.
Got him.
So today we're doing something a little bit different. Once a week, around this time, at this time, 2 o'clock AEDT and 2 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll be doing a just chatting stream or a podcast stream that you guys can pop on.
9 p.m. Mountain Time.
9 p.m. 9 p.m. Mountain Time.
No one really cares about the mountain folk.
Yeah,
Godfoot.
exactly. The only person who
Mountain folk, rally up.
I'm almost positive that Godfoot is the only person who lives in Salt Lake. All right, like literally, there's nobody else. There's just one single house.
We're gonna colonize the center of Australia and call it New United States. How's that sound?
Good luck. All right. So this is once a week we'll be filming a podcast. It'll be available on YouTube and on Spotify. So if you're into that kind of thing, and if you can't happen to listen to it live and you want to listen to it on the go, or maybe a little bit later, that will happen. It will usually, hopefully, fingers crossed, go up about 24 hours after the first podcast. This one will be going up on Friday though. So thank you all for joining. We really appreciate it. Big thanks to Finns, Blitz, and Bobby for getting in here nice and early, and hello to Haley as well. But yeah, fellas, how's your week been? Nick, we'll start with you. What have you been up to?
I already told you before we went live. You want me to repeat it again?
No. Godfoot, what about you, brother?
I told you before we went live too. Do you want me to repeat it again?
Brother? And then I'm like, nah. And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, look, we had
fair,
we had good energy and we've been scolded. So
yeah,
our creative potential was shut down by force by a man who can't figure out OBS.
All right, cry some more. Do you want to tell us about the week, or should I just move on?
Oh, I mean,
Nick's like,
how my
crying would be nice.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind it.
I've had a
We're kind of nice right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I speak to you every day. I don't know what to say, mate.
Nah, fair. Look, I'm going to start the podcast off fucking really strong because I have had a story that I've wanted to tell on the podcast.
Wait, but you didn't give me a chance to tell me how my weekend was. How my week? How can you be so cold?
To make a decision? Because I was like, all right, Godfoot, what about you? And you went, and then Nick was like,
I did not go,
okay.
Play the VOD. Anyway.
Right now, we stop the stream. Let's get the VOD up.
Yeah.
All right.
My week was very nice. Thank you for asking.
All right, fantastic.
You may continue.
So I've had a story locked and loaded and ready to go. And Nick Unged and I, we do hang out quite a bit over Discord. And it's been really hard, those momentary lapses of silence. And I'm just like, I want to tell this story, but I want to save it for the video. So I had my 30th birthday recently. And this past weekend, I had my 30th birthday party. All three of us were invited. Only 33% of us showed up. But
that's a shock.
Had a party, everybody came, and I got pulled aside by a friend. I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but I got pulled aside by a friend who basically explained to me that he was a bit broke and he couldn't get me a present, but he had organized a little, or he'd done a little something that he thought I'd appreciate. So this particular friend, he works in office removals. He works with.
Can I just say also, I'm pretty sure this anonymous friend, I think on the last podcast, was very much not anonymous.
That's all right, because guess
Actually,
what, right?
you named
So super fans out there will know who Max is talking
but
about.
Just a minute here.
Here's the thing. Hang on, stop, because here's the thing. The VOD wasn't recorded. It's not being turned into a video.
No shit, you're dead right.
If you are a super fan, yeah, sure,
Okay.
100%. But you had to have been paying attention.
That's
Do you know what I mean?
Easter egg.
So if you're a hardcore enough fan, maybe you can figure it out.
I forgot the VOD fucked up. Yeah.
So that was just, I wouldn't even call that was just a just chatting stream. They were like, yeah, we'll turn this into a video, but this is the first official podcast. This is episode 1. I count this as episode 1. But anyway, so he has a contract. Shut up, phone. Sorry, gamers. He has a he has a job. He works as a business removalist. So basically, companies hire.
So he removes businesses. He goes and goes, nah, this is fucking go. Comes in with the hammer.
No, so he
We're liquidating everything.
He
now.
works as part of a business that when a business moves places, like moves offices, or maybe they shut down for whatever reason, his company goes in and they remove everything. They take the computers away, they pack everything up, take all the stuff to like anything that needs to go to the dump, and all that kind of stuff. And this particular
sounds like a fucking sick job.
Yeah, well, this particular contract, this friend had was with the Australian Federal Police. And so he pulls me aside and he's like, "Listen, I've got you a gift, and it's a two-parter because number one, I'm gonna give you this thing, but number two, you can talk about it for content if you want." And I was like,
"Oh, that's what I was gonna say, man. This is fucking sounding pretty dicey." I'm on Facebook messaging him, being like, "Hey, bro, like Max was talking about what you got him. Is this cool?"
So he actually messaged me and he goes, "Oh, he let me know when the podcast is up, like on YouTube, so I can watch it because he's working today." But yeah, so it basically says that like while they're cleaning out the basement of the Australian Federal Police, anything that they find, any contraband they find, like that maybe has like, you know, fallen, you know,
they're
somewhere or
legally
got
allowed
lost
to keep.
or no, they have to take to this guy's office, and basically fill out a form and then like, you know, hand that thing in. And this is when pulls out, oh shit.
Nice fucking job, mate.
Blitz,
Nice
cut
fucking
that.
job.
I just said his nickname, but
Can't cut it from the VOD, big boy.
That's
You
right,
fucked
can't cut
up.
it from the
This
VOD.
too-
Listen, if
Called
I
out.
see anybody in the chat snitching,
Oh, clip it time. Clip it quick.
You were doing so good.
and
as
Blitz,
well.
I need you to censor it. Fuck, it was really hard to not say his name. So we'll forget that ever happened. So this friend, he pulls out a 9mm bullet, right? And he gives it to him and he's like, "Listen, I basically found this bullet and it's like technically AFP contraband." He took it into the guy's office and signed the documentation to be like, "Yeah, I found this thing and it's been turned in, put it on the guy's desk." And then the guy turned around and took the fuck.
Oh my god, Max! Fucking hell!
God damn it. Okay, so he hands it to the guy. Blitz is gonna have to hard edit this, but
Yeah.
So he puts
Sorry.
So he puts it on the guy's desk, and then he takes the form and he fills out this form to say that he's handed it in. And then the guy turns around, and my friend just immediately grabs it and walks out of the office. And so he grabbed it and everything like that. Then we worked out that like if he was caught for whatever reason, he could face up to 24 months in a federal prison.
Look, he's never going to get caught. It's not like there's a fucking public broadcast telling the story in detail with the guy's name or anything.
Right, there's no name.
It's going to be recorded and hard stored on a public internet site.
Might have to delete
I mean,
the
it's
VOD.
one bullet.
Might have to.
It's one bullet.
Doesn't matter. It's still
so
stolen.
bad about that?
It's only 1 gram, officer. Let me go home.
Let me go, mate. It's only one key. Come on.
So I'll be honest with you. He didn't even say that I couldn't use his nickname or anything like that. I was just kind of doing that to be a little bit nice. But in the video, it's all right. It won't appear. But yeah, man. So now I have basically it's kind of one of my most treasured possessions at the moment. I think it's really sweet. It's just a little 9mm bullet that it would basically be his ticket to not being around for the birth of his children.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Because it's one thing to be like, oh, it's the thought that counts and all that sort of bullshit. Yeah, it's nice. But what is spending money on a present if not a symbol of sacrifice?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. If you were, Godfoot buys you a present, you're like, oh yeah, cool. Thanks. Brand new S3. Could have got me the extra large.
Brand new.
Right?
Yeah. S3.
So that's the symbolism there is fucking huge. That's a really thoughtful.
Yeah.
I don't know if thoughtful is the word I can use.
No, it was dope. It was dope. He was really worried that I wasn't gonna. Can you even possess that in Australia? Technically, no. But you know what I mean. It's sitting somewhere secret and safe, and you need a warrant to search my house anyway. So, but
No. You.
Where are they gonna get the evidence from?
No. You lost in the boating accident. Don't worry about that. It fell in the water. You don't know what happened to it.
Oh, that boating
It's
accident
gone,
you got
right?
into,
Yeah.
You dropped it. Ah, bro.
The
that
classic,
sucks.
the classic
bad,
boating
you know?
accident
It's
of
too bad.
2023 that I was in. Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that the one that Truman's dad died in? Sorry, I watched the Truman Show this week. So.
It's a good movie though.
It's a
good
fucking
movie.
banger.
So-
Yeah, I do like it.
I guess I was kind of thinking about it. I was thinking about it more and more, and I was like, it was such a sweet present. And I said to him, I was like, look, honestly, man, like, it's not about the value of the thing, but it's about, like, you know, what you did to get it. You know, like, that's really, really sweet, and I really appreciate it. But I was also curious, is like, do you two have anything like that? Like any particular gift that you were given that might not have maybe a monetary value, but is just like, it just holds a special place because of, you know, how the person got it or what it means between the two of you or something like that?
Oh man, I wish you hadn't put me on the spot, because if my girlfriend's watching this, I'm sure there's fucking something she's given me that was really heartfelt that I'm completely drawing a blank on, and you've kind of fucked me.
Yeah, nice.
You've absolutely put me in the doghouse asking that.
Nice,
So
nice.
if I glaze over for the next 25 minutes and like I'm giving you one-word responses, it's because I'm racing through every single minute that I've ever spent with my girlfriend, thinking about the most thoughtful shit she's done for me.
Yeah, nice.
Because there's so much of it. It's just it's so hard to think of one thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. What about you, Godfoot?
I'd probably say my cousin's husband gave me a Rolex.
Yeah, okay.
That was really
so
nice.
I don't know if you
up.
remember.
No, I know,
Nick,
but there's a good reason. There's a good reason
So
for
before,
this, right?
before Godfoot explains, Nick, I don't know if you remember. My question was, what thing that doesn't have to have like a large monetary value? And then Godfoot's like, a Rolex. One of the most
Nice.
expensive ones.
Don't bait him, because he's going to be like, "Well, Rolexes aren't that expensive. They're only like $20,000."
Let me explain.
Oh,
So
man.
here's basically how it happened, right? So I went to go attend her wedding. No, sorry, her daughter's wedding in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Went to India first, went to Malaysia and stuff. And my father originally promised to, you know, help support him with the wedding, like, you know, pay for it or whatever. So I did in his stead, right? And so they gave me this Rolex, and he was like, "You should wear it, like, just wear it, use it." And I was like, "No, I can't take this. You know, this is crazy." But he was like, "No, just take it, wear it,
Wear it,
you know,
use
like-
it, stick it up your ass, bro. I really don't care.
do whatever. Like, you wrap it on your dick. You know, just do what you gotta do, right?" So I have it sitting in a glass display case right there next to the Minion ever since I got it 4 years ago. I haven't
So you haven't
worn it. I don't have the heart to tell him it doesn't fit my wrist.
That's wild.
So I just
Why don't
didn't
you
say
just get it
anything. And now it's just
resized?
sitting there. Too much work.
Too much work taking
I have to go. I have to drive over to a Rolex area, be like, "Hey, because your size is blah 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 whatever." Too much work. Too much work.
Okay.
It's all about the sentimental value of it. What it represents to me.
No, I feel that, and I feel like when
You know what I
I
mean?
when I think of gifts, when I think of giving gifts and stuff like that, I always try to go for sentimental first. Do you know what I mean? I think it's pretty easy.
Like these flowers.
Even like Haley's in the chat. Haley's in the chat complaining that we've excluded girlfriends apparently, but like,
No,
it's
I
like
think she was actually giving me a pass. Thanks, Haley. That's how I read it. She was saying like girlfriends excluded. Like,
no, but she said girlfriends excluded, I guess. And you know, when your missus adds the phrase "I guess" to the end of a sentence, that there's more to the conversation to be had.
that's yeah, okay. I thought she was giving me an out there, but yeah, if that's how you're reading it.
Bobby, hang on. Oh, check this out, guys. Boom! Look at that. We've also got another scene that shows the chat. Bobby has put in my most sentimental gift right now. My girlfriend helped me get a PlayStation 5. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
is
pretty
pretty
cool.
sick. That's pretty
good.
fucking
What did
sick.
she have to do to get that, Bobby?
Well,
That wasn't an implication. I would never. Fucking Max.
I would
You're
never.
like sinister laugh as soon as that came out of my mouth.
oh,
Some wink
man.
winks. All right. Well, as long as Bobby's making the joke too, that is exactly where my mind went.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, that would only apply, Finn, if Max's name was on the bullet. Then that's a whole different thing. But there's no name on it, right?
no.
Okay, so
No.
you're cool.
Sometimes it depends.
So it's a gift.
If you hold it in the right light, sometimes it says.
Yeah. No, it actually says, written in it really small, by the way. Like, it was a lot of effort to put it on. It says stolen by, and then his full legal name, address, and phone number.
Just to make sure you're covered if you get raided. Exactly. Not that you still have it, you lost it, right?
Yeah, in that boating accident
Good.
of 2023 that we keep talking about. Yeah, so
exactly.
But yeah, so I really wanted to tell the story. I really wanted to get it out of the way because Nick, I know you've been waiting to hear it, and we happen to share this friend as well, so I knew that you would like it.
We share him.
him.
You get him every second weekend, and then
it's shared custody.
Fuck, I haven't seen the cunt for like probably 4 years or something. So I'm about you. He did actually say that he was telling me about a store he went to where they do these super expensive Pokemon lucky dips. I don't know if he mentioned that to you.
He has mentioned to me before, yeah.
A hectic Pokemon card. And he did suggest that we all go out for lunch and check out that store, which I'd be keen to do.
Yeah, that'd be fucking dope. But yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of talk about it and tell that story because it's just been literally at the front of my mind. Nick, how many times do you reckon in the last kind of couple days I've been like, I got to stop. Actually.
So many. Yeah, you've become a content demon already. 14 people. We're currently streaming to less than your normal viewer average on your own channel, and you've become more of a content demon here.
You know, got to treat. Listen, stream like you've got 100,000 viewers. And one day you'll have 100,000 viewers. So
yeah, exactly. You never know.
And that's where you've got the quality like this. Look at it all. Doesn't this look great?
Exactly.
Doesn't it look so good?
And once we've got that many viewers, we can start doing an Amaranth and just fucking never be on screen.
Leaving.
And when we are, it's just us looking at a timer, being like, "I'll take the towel off."
You know what you could do as well, Nick? Right? You could start. I'm looking at the layout that you've got of your office and everything. You could do those TikToks where you're like standing in front of the camera and you pretend to like take your shirt off. And you're like, nah. Then you walk off camera, but you're still visible in the reflection.
Oh, dude, yes, yes.
Have you seen those, Godfoot? You're not really on TikTok, are you? So there's this new TikTok trend where girls will be in like a low-cut top or a button-up shirt. They'll pretend that they're going to like take it off, and then they'll be like, no. And then they'll walk away, like they'll walk off camera. And then if you look around, you'll be able to see like a little reflection or a mirror set up somewhere, and it'll just be titties, like filling the entire.
Oh no,
reflection.
you were mentioning this to us before. Yeah, no, I remember the story, Nick. I asked you for the fucking sources, but you never gave it to me.
I never gave.
You left me hanging,
really sorry,
dude.
man. I tried to get them out of my fucking because the thing is, the first time I saw it, I saw like one of them, and I went, and then I saw another one, and I went. And then I saw another one, and then that's all I fucking got on my For You page. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I've literally been congratulated, or like praised by my girlfriend. She's like, you're a good boy. You don't just get like half-naked chicks popping up on your For You page. Because I mean, I don't look at thirsty shit on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all I was getting was fucking thirsty shit. So I just had to like, I'm liking all sorts of random shit. I'm not a cars man, but I'm like, oh, Muscle Cars USA, fuck dude. Like all sorts of shit. And so they're finally gone off my For You page.
I've actually found myself in a really shitty situation with that, not with e-thirst stuff. Because at the moment, Andrew Tate and Sneeko and Jordan Peterson are at the forefront of what everybody's talking about. I have commented on a couple of Sneeko's tweets, just like stuff like "shut up, moron" and stuff like that, to the point now where Twitter's like, everything Sneeko posts, that's what you want to see, right?
Yeah, so you like Sneeko, huh?
I have just ruined my Twitter. So at the moment, my TikTok is full of like really, really small TikTok creators. Like I'm talking, they get like less than 5 likes on a video. So my TikTok is just garbage content, e-thoughts, and the occasional high quality stream. And my Twitter is just my friends and Sneeko.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
So I reckon there should be a thing on all these websites, TikTok, Twitter, and everything like that, where you can wipe your algorithm. You can go into the settings and be like, hey, I want to start again, please. Boop. And it fucking just deletes everything, and it just shows you the default stuff and lets you, kind of create your own new algorithm.
Be very nice.
I think that'd be lovely. So, one of the things that we wanted to talk about that we made a specific. We actively chose. We mentioned that we wanted to talk about this was a retrospective of how our first kind of week and a half of content creation has gone. How are you guys feeling about everything?
I'm feeling really good.
You want to elaborate or?
Nah.
Yeah, fair. What about you, Godfoot?
Insert Chad meme. How you feeling? Good. Refuses to elaborate. Leaves.
It was an experience.
It was an experience. Okay.
I like the fact that I was the one. I was like, "Hey, on Wednesday, how about when we do our
specifically asked
let's have a bit of a chat about like how everything's gone, blah blah blah." And you're like, "Oh yeah, Nick, how you think it's gone?" Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't expecting a prepared statement.
Hey, I've done my part. I said, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
all right? That's my part.
Nick's
and
the
then
ideas
Godfoot
man.
can
Blitz,
spit
for the rest of the podcast,
Exactly.
can you put in quotes above Nick said ideas man, and just constantly track it no matter where he moves his head.
Yeah, I need to get one of those fucking like mic camera stabilizers. It just like centers my head in the middle of the screen. So I'm like this.
Yeah. So there's been look. I also feel pretty fantastic. We had our first YouTube video finished last night. I just have to add the end screen to it, and then it's
Let's
ready
watch
to
it and
upload.
react to it on stream.
Yeah, right. We'll just rob ourselves of the potential views. Yeah, no, and it looks fantastic. And yeah, there's like little things here and there, like little teething issues that have been really good in these first couple, like content creation things to push through. And as an example, one of there's a moment in the latest YouTube video where Nick is reading a message from chat and he's just doing this the whole time, and it's like, why are you doing this? And he's like, oh, because my mic was in the way. And by the way, when you said, oh, well, it's because where my boom arm sits, I can't read the chat.
It's the tripod for the camera.
Sorry, the tripod for the camera. You're like, yeah, where the tripod sits for the camera, it's in the way of the chat, so I can't see it. I'm like, yeah, but it's not like it's trying to actively get in your way. Why are you doing this? Like,
well, because it moves. Because it comes down.
Because our chat's so active.
Yeah, it is. Exactly, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
We have the top quality. The thing is, when you are the first ones to start, because I mean, this is a new idea. All right, guys, let's face it. The idea of a couple of guys just getting together on
Three
camera,
men starting a
broadcasting
podcast,
that, and just talking about shit.
Yeah.
This is pretty uncharted territory, and that's why we see these fucking people coming in and coming in and coming in. And they're talking about it. The people are talking about it, guys. I'll tell you that much for free. The next one I'm going to charge you for, but that one I'll tell you for free.
Take commission on the next one. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So first video is done. Second video being worked on. So basically, for those of you that don't already know, the plan is 3 YouTube videos a week and 12 YouTube Shorts or TikToks. Originally, the idea, and Nick and Godfrey, this is something that I've really discussed with you yet, but originally the idea was that the YouTube Shorts or the TikToks would come from just like recycled content from the YouTube videos. But Blitz messaged me last night, and he was like, "Listen, this content that you guys are sending, like this second half of the forest, there is so much stuff here that I don't think it'll fit in one video." And I was like, you should take the funnier parts and we'll just make those the TikTok shorts and the YouTube videos. And he's like,
that's a good idea.
And he's like, yeah, awesome, because then it's original content. So
definitely. I was worried that you were going to say, I've got this idea where we all learn how to fucking do the dances. It's like, g'day guys, we're technically a podcast. Renegade. Because I'm fucking going to pass a hard pass on that.
But see, here's the thing though. So you say a hard pass on that, Nick, but I think there are TikTok trends that you could definitely, we could definitely incorporate into our regular content just for the meme. Like, you telling me that you wouldn't like a low set camera filming you deep set with Sigma male music in the background at the gym?
Oh, dude. Well, I don't go to the gym anymore, so...
Oh, well, in your fucking lounge room or over your...
No, because the fucking machine that I use is cringe. Hang on, I'm actually gonna show you a clip of the machine I use.
Okay.
And you'll see why there is nothing about this thing.
Okay. I will say I'm realizing right now there is no way for us to show chat this clip. So should this be a clip that you post in the
Oh,
Discord?
I've chucked it in the Discord.
Fuck
Can
yeah.
you not drag it onto the screen on your OBS?
No, well, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
this entire clip is cringe.
We
dude.
don't
want to show this.
We don't,
You don't want to
have.
show this. Look
Look,
who's in it, and also
Liver King.
what
The
is
King
it?
is not cringe. That
He's
is fucking-
cringe.
That is subprimal talk. Subprimal.
We don't have at the moment. We might have to set a scene up, but we don't have a scene right now that could let our viewers see what's on the screen because it's a completely new profile. So,
Oh,
but
okay,
Nick
okay.
will post it in the technically a Discord. So if you're
No,
not
that
already a
wasn't in the
member,
technically Discord.
No, I said
but
you will.
I will post it now.
yep. Who watches TikTok? Isn't that just for porn?
Why did he leave?
Where did he go? now it's gone.
What? Now look at my camera.
You all right, mate?
I
Hello?
may have accidentally pressed on the voice channel in technically Discord instead of the fucking announcements channel.
Nick is basically like the 75-year-old destitute, part of our content creation team. There is almost no aspect of what we do that Nick fully understands.
No, I was gonna say more like a. I was gonna say more like a caveman because of who he follows on social media.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know,
Dude, it was
I'm
so...
primal. Hang on, wait.
primal,
So you're just
primal.
So you're saying we play Nintendo and people just watch us do that? That doesn't make any sense to me,
That's
man.
what I'm so excited about. I'm so excited to hear particularly yours, Nick, and how you interact with people. I'm so excited to hear your stories of you explaining what we do to older people that you know. Do you know what I mean? Like family
I
and
just
shit
wouldn't,
like that.
bro. I literally just wouldn't explain. Like, I have so many hobbies. So many of them are so fucking inappropriate and weird and alienating.
Yeah.
I've just learned that you pick like 3 socially acceptable things that you can talk to people about, and then everything else, that's between me and God, you know.
Well, but here's the thing, though, man. You know, we've got some things. You know, we've got some things in the work at the moment. We've got potential companies chatting with us, and we've got large content creators talking about pushing us and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, Nick, if this turns into something incredibly lucrative, and you're at Christmas and you've been handing out iPads to all the family members, and 65-year-old Uncle James goes, Nick, what's happened? You're obviously doing very well for
I
yourself,
was
mate.
telling them doing drugs. It's something people
I was gonna say you're better off just telling them that. No one in my family knows I'm doing this. That's for a reason.
I'll give you guys
That's for a very good
tip.
reason.
Here's a mistake that I made at my first family event after doing content creation. Someone said, I think my auntie Tracy said to me, "So Max, what are you doing? Like, are you working?" And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I make videos on the internet." And she went, "Okay." And she definitely thought I meant porn.
Yeah.
Working.
Immediately, she was like, you know what I mean? And then I had to, kind of double back and be like, no, it's not. It's funny videos. And then I'm like, I do gameplay stuff. She's like, I don't understand. And I'm like, I don't want to have this conversation anymore. So
Yeah. Well, you know how you always told me that I could never make money out of playing Mario or Pokemon, so I should fucking go outside? Well, yeah.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you.
guess we were both right. But yeah, no, in retrospect, we're doing really, really well. Statistically, for those of you that are interested, I'll quickly run through it. We're averaging about 15 viewers at the moment. We've just surpassed the 50 follower mark. The Discord is slowly growing. Everybody's very active, chatting and all that kind of stuff. So, it's feeling really good. I feel like we're already growing a community that has members in it that weren't part of, they weren't part of my existing community or anything like that. So
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It feels really, really nice, and it feels good. So I'm glad I'm having fun, and it's a good time, and I'm excited for you guys to see this YouTube video because it is funny as hell. Like,
Well, I already saw it.
not you fucking idiot. Them chat. We're live, God.
Clarify then.
I
You can't
didn't-
just
I
say
didn't find
you
it very
guys.
funny, to
You know
be
what
honest.
you guys means? You guys means you, the guys, the
Honestly,
boys,
Chad,
I'm going to
right?
tell you
Not-
something right now, God.
He's overselling
You
it.
guys is about to mean me and Nick, all right?
Oh yeah, you want to talk shit? Well, let's just see who's gonna
He's
fund
gonna put
everything
out- he's gonna put out his
afterwards.
Credit card in
G-word.
half. He's like, no more, motherfucker. Who's going to pay police?
He's going to pull out his G word from under the desk and
Yeah.
crack it, and we're going to get banned. So let's let him
Yeah,
fucking calm down a little bit.
you watch yourselves, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on.
gotta.
No, Godfoot, no.
No. I'm trying to put that away.
Oh, okay.
That was in frame the entire time.
All of a sudden, we just hear a very large bang, and Godfoot's camera cuts off.
I'm just like,
That'd be. I mean, look, it'd be content.
It would.
One of us died. On
Yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember that video of the guy
who discharged his gun on
Godfoot and I
stream into the monitor?
Together. So basically, what he's doing, right, is he's at his desk. Right, I'll kind of mime it, and he picks up a gun and he's like making fun of his chat, and he's like, "You think I'm not about it, chat?" And he's holding his gun like this, and he pulls the chamber back and he checks it, and he cocks back. And he's like, "You think I'm not about it?" And then he goes, bang, and it just blows up a can right next to him, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And like immediately takes the magazine out because he thought it was empty, and he's "Oh."
But
shit.
here's the thing, though: the fucking buffoon racked it, a round came out of it, but it racked back forward again. He should have seen there was a round in there. Now let me show you how that worked.
So,
2-hour gun stream. Here we go. Get banned in the right way.
He was instantaneously banned. It was so fucking funny. So
that's pretty good.
But,
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So pretty.
No, it's
pretty,
going good, man. It's like it's fun. I'm having fun, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It's the most important part.
Like.
That's the
I
idea.
haven't seen a paycheck yet, so it's kind of going to be fun. Hey, boys.
That's it, exactly.
I really enjoyed my first Kong solo stream. It was fucking awesome. I mean,
my God, that went so well, dude.
It went really, really well.
Realistically, it was me just playing Mario, hanging out with Bobby. But, like, what else would I be doing?
What, Bobby?
Other than...
Hang on. Bobby was there. Reginald was there. Haley was
yeah,
there for a
bit.
Reg. Who else was there for a bit?
Reginald?
Don't get me wrong. There were heaps of people that were chatting, and it was really good. But it was the me and Bobby show, more or less.
What you're saying, Nick, is that although there were a lot of people there was one person that said they were going to be there and wasn't, and it didn't feel the same. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I forgot about that, Max. I fucking forgot about. You're a fucking Judas. So,
I don't know who you're talking about. I mean, honestly, man, fuck that guy, right? Oh, jeez.
So one of the trio said to me, "Oh yeah," and I'm gonna leave it for you to decide who it is.
Yeah.
There may be some subtle mannerisms that I use that you can sleuth.
Get ready to zoom
And
on this.
like,
Please.
"Oh yeah, I can wake up a little early and come on, and I normally wake up at 7 a.m. If you're streaming at 7 a.m., I can come on and watch." And I'm like, "Well, blank." I won't say their name because I don't. It could be Max or it could be Godfoot. I don't want to embrace either of them. But I said,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it would have been way funny if you went, "Well, Blankfoot." I mean,
no, actually, well, Blankfoot. No way, that's too obvious. We'll call him God Blank.
God Blank. Yeah, right, cool. All right, yeah, easy.
But it's all right because we held auditions for your replacement, and there were some pretty stellar candidates, to be honest. Reginald C. Butters,
Is that right?
I would say was pretty up there.
And this is the moment where we go, and we're actually going to introduce him right now. We cut to a 4-camera setup, but it's just me holding up a sock puppet to another webcam. Hey guys, I'm here. I'm ready to make content.
Have you seen that meme? It's like a guy who rocks up home, and he's like, I'll paraphrase it very poorly here, but he's like, "Oh man, it's my birthday and no one's here, and I'm home alone. This sucks." And
yeah.
He pulls out the sock puppet and he's like, "That's okay, I'm here on your birthday." He's like, "Shut the fuck up, I'm gonna come in you." And then it cuts to the last scene, and he's talking to his sock puppet, talking about how he's gonna come in the sock. And there's a whole bunch of people hiding behind the door, like just horrified, ready to yell surprise.
That's mad.
No, that also brings up a question. Why do people do that in the sock?
Because we're not all butt naked in the shower with a fucking mechanical device.
You're bringing this up again. I'm a gentleman.
Listen,
I do this the sanitary way. I'm like you monkeys going around making all your socks crusty and unwearable.
I'm just telling you right now, Godfoot's got the grippiest shower in the South.
I clean up afterwards. I clean it. I stomp it down the drain. It's gone. Don't worry about that.
Stomp it down the drain.
Yeah, your leftovers.
Oh man.
Anyway,
how viscous is your cum that you have to stomp it down the drain?
Yeah. That it's like a
Some
solid
days-
that can be pushed.
some days I wait like a week or two, and then I just have some fun.
Goes nuts. You know what? Godfoot, I'm gonna call Cap. You look like you're crying at the fact that you're like.
Cap.
All right.
Cap to what?
So no. Let's move on. No more jerk off stories, okay?
Damn, that's all right. Well,
Nick's like, I'm crossing off the two
stories.
stories I had.
Three of my stories gone.
But speaking of saved, set aside stories, who wants to go first?
Oh, you shouldn't tell them that they're saved. We should segue into them more naturally.
Well, we're half an hour in, and I'm the only one that's told a story so far. I can only so naturally.
Because you started right away. We were trying to have our creative beauty.
Oh God,
yeah, that's
naturally fill up the stream, and then you're like,
we were saying hello to each other, and you're like, no, we're gonna do the introduction, and then we're gonna do the story.
Exactly.
Like,
and then I'm gonna mute you guys, but I actually muted myself because I'm incompetent, and then we'll have to restart the stream all over again, right? Is that how it went?
I definitely muted you. I was just still broken, but
I didn't realize we had somewhere to be after this. So
yeah, we got to get it. Yeah, look, we do, mate. Me and you have a meeting right after 4:00. So
yeah, I was maybe hoping that this would drag on a little bit so I could absent myself and be an apology for that meeting. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Nick.
Yes, mate.
I can't fucking
story, man. Hello?
Oh, story. All right. Well,
you want a teleprompter?
You could have done that in a less natural way.
Oh my God! What?
So Max, I am not a seal. I am not a seal. I don't know, man. I was gonna segue these stories. They're not like they're weird. They're weird stories. Just go. All right, chat. I have a story for you. Because they're all fucking. They're pretty wild stories, man.
So how the fuck were you going to naturally segue into them? Oh yeah, actually, boys. Speaking of the Melbourne Aquarium,
because I'm a very good conversationalist, Max.
All right,
I spend my life trying to find little openings so that I can interject, so I can divert the conversation away from other people and what they like and what their interests are into talking about things that I like. So I was very confident that I'd be able to do it.
Yeah, and yet here we are.
All right. Well, I tell you what.
I have a lot of strikes right now.
Here you go.
So, Nick, that story you were telling about us earlier that we had to segue away from for our sponsor segment. We don't have a sponsor. What were you saying before? Something about aquariums?
I tell you what. Aquariums? No. But I tell you what, though.
See what
I tell you what. There is...
You said aquariums!
I did. I
thought this is what it's about. Yeah, exactly. I thought you guys.
I don't know what his story's about. I
wasn't listening because the whole time when he would have been talking about aquariums, if that happened or not, I don't know. I would have been ticking the head of like, all right. Soon you're gonna have an opening, and soon you can divert this into one of your stories.
It's coming. The opening is. coming.
There's your opening.
You know, though, in all seriousness, I've got an ad planned for when we get NordVPN on board.
Okay.
Yeah. This isn't one of my stories, by the way, so stay tuned, chat, because this is just bonus content.
This is just Nick pitching to us?
I'm pitching. All right, so do you know that in, I think it was like 2007 or 2008, Australia's content
No, I was 9
laws
years old.
got really draconian. I mean, they've always been fairly draconian, but you know how X-rated porn is illegal in Australia except for Canberra?
As in to make X-rated porn?
To make and to distribute.
Yeah.
Well, their online content laws are really similarly, they're similarly strict. So hentai is apparently illegal.
In where?
And in Australia.
Oh, in Australia. Okay. Yeah.
Technically, hentai, online hentai, and they had a law. And I was 17 at the time, so like I might be misremembering this, but there was a law that like if women had particularly small breasts, and that was illegal, and that was in an effort to yeah, I know, dude. I know.
Wait, ready, Blitz? Are you ready to fucking set up this scene with fucking AI? There's a woman walking down the street doing nothing, and a cop pulls up. Sorry, miss, your tits are too small. Throws her on the ground.
Are those A cups? Get on the ground.
This is
resisting arrest. Bang, 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 bang.
This is just in porn. What kind of utopia is this? Where it's big tits only?
I don't know, mate. I think it's called paradise. Anyway, continue.
So. Yeah, and it's in an effort so that you couldn't be looking at child porn. and go, oh, I thought it was overage. Well, it's like, mate, she had a flat chest, which is illegal anyway. So so I think that was the logic behind it. And, obviously a whole bunch of people got pissed off because it was like, that is extremely discriminatory.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Whatever your opinions and thoughts are on porn, adult women, a lot of them have small breasts.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the fact of the matter.
As cringe as it is.
As much as we're working to get it banned, they're allowed to have.
Look, in my mind, I don't get it. How can you have small tits? Just go get surgery. Just go to a place. They'll cut you open, put stuff in you, and you're better.
Yeah, and I mean the risk of dying it's not 100%.
Yeah.
So fuck.
Roll the dice. Speaking of rolling the dice, no, sorry, continue.
So all right, the NordVPN, right?
Yeah.
NordVPN ad is I'm sitting there, you walk in, I'm jerking off, and then you're like, Nick.
I'm not sure this is a good idea.
Can we see your cock and balls while you're jerking off?
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
Or you sit in the back
it's like just zoomed. It's like it does even good jump cuts. Just my cock like getting stroked.
Wait, actually, now that I think about it though, I don't think I would have a lens wide enough to get your dick in the entire frame.
It can
pan like a pan
across.
shot. Yeah, right, cool. Yeah, awesome.
No, but maybe not. But like, oh, what are you doing, Nick? Oh, I'm gonna go jerk off. Oh, cool. What are you gonna jerk off at? Just normal guys conversation. Talk. Yeah. Oh, awesome. What video are you gonna masturbate to today? And I go, oh, it's this one called Seisei Tsurukomiyashi. It's a Japanese hentai movie. And you're like, oh, dude, you realize hentai is illegal in Australia? And I'm like, what? No, it's not. And then it cuts, and you're at your computer doing like bringing up the legislation that bans hentai.
Dude, it took me a second to realize what music you were singing just then.
You
were singing that you wouldn't download a car. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, those videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the VHSs and stuff.
Yeah.
You're bringing up the legislation. Wow. And you go, look, Nick, it's actually there. And you're like, look, it's unlikely to be enforced, but fuck, man, you're a public figure. What if Bobby or Finn's dob you in? And I go, shit, what could I do? And Godfoot's like, hey, guys, there's a thing called NordVPN that will... and we go, oh, cool, NordVPN. And then it cuts and we're all just fucking jerking. And then you can hear Namisa, Nati, in the background.
I'm just standing behind her door like...
And then it says... And then... No, you're jerking off as well. It's all three of us, Godfoot. It's me and Nick in a room, and then it cuts to a doorway, and through the doorway you can see a shower, and it's just you in the dark, fully nude, lit up by just a phone, just wildly jerking it. And then the screen comes down, this whole thing comes down, and it's like, you wouldn't jerk off to barely legal hentai without protection, would you?
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
So, NordVPN, if you're listening,
that's it. Hey,
we got ideas for you.
Technically a contact at gmail.com. Shoot us an email, all right? But yeah, that's a good pitch. That's a good ad pitch. I think that
I thought so.
I'm really excited for as we kind of grow as a channel, and we potentially, I mean, look, from the conversations we've had, there's a good chance that we're going to see like a pretty large amount of growth very, very soon. And if that's the case,
oh yeah, once we get the VPN set up, you're definitely going to see a large amount of growth.
Shut up. Yeah, look, if sponsors start coming in, I think that some of our ads and stuff like that we record or have to do reads for, I reckon they'll be really fucking funny. Because Nick, you're a very talented writer. You're very talented at being able to come up with ideas and.
Stop.
So you know
Thanks,
what I mean?
Max. That really means a lot coming from you.
I mean, as
content demon.
I genuinely don't think I had to point that out because that NordVPN pitch was a 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Thanks.
I think everybody knew. Oh yeah, this guy comes up with the right ideas. So.
I mean, I think it would work.
I think it would.
So.
I think it would. Definitely.
You know, people always advertise NordVPN and stuff for like watching Netflix shows that are like banned on in other countries or whatever, but other countries have them versus yours doesn't. But this is appealing to the real go-getters out there, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it appeals to like it's the target market.
Who's not signing up for NordVPN after seeing that ad?
I mean, realistically, anyone
100%.
who's fucking brain rotted enough to sit here and spend their spare time watching us,
Shut up.
You know they jerk off the hentai at some point.
How could you? How could
I
you?
dare you immediately. I love Nick's whole thing is that he's too cool for an audience, right? His whole deal, his whole shtick is that like I am way too good for this. Any amount of effort that I put in, cringe. Okay?
That's not too good for this. I'm saying they're too good for me, man.
Okay, all right. Yeah, why would you give me even a modicum of attention? Like I'm not worth it. Nick is the self-conscious content creator. Every video he's like, yeah, I know this is really bad. Like, you know, but I just thought
yeah. You guys are probably gonna hate this one, but
oh man.
No, I'm the opposite because like I come from a background of you know, making alienating music. Something of a Brechtian mentality where you seek to alienate the audience. So it's more like, fuck this content shit, but fuck you, watch it anyway. Or don't, I don't care. It's like a really.
I don't need you.
It's like, yeah, I really identify with Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty.
You too? Oh man, I fucking just totally. What's his name? What's the dad's name from Rick and Morty?
Jerry.
I identify as a Jerry. Just like, come on, guys, please watch my content. My favorite moment in Rick and Morty ever is from the episode where Jerry and Beth get a divorce, and he's standing. They all leave. They were like, "All right, well, let's leave Dad alone so he can pack up his stuff." And they'll get in the car and drive away. And Jerry's standing in the driveway by himself, and the wind blows, and it's like, loser. So
you know what my favorite scene is? It's the one where it's so fucking crazy. Like I can't even believe. Hang on.
This is gonna be good.
So Morty's just wandering around and he hears Rick yelling out to him. And he goes into the garage.
if you tell me he's a pickle,
himself into a pickle.
I don't get paid enough to deal with this.
It's just a pickle.
That's your big story. That's your thing.
God, I thought Max had no pants on then. That
I'll be
was
in my
fucking
trailer.
terrifying, dude.
Terrifying.
I thought Max was just dong out because he's
A
wearing
little bit
pink shorts.
Just- oh man.
That said, though, the Pickle Rick scene, I don't fucking care what people say. Yeah, it's overdone. It was real funny.
Listen to this comedic gold. I finally beat Lubu and Wo Long. You're speaking another fucking language to me, Bobby.
Yeah, that sounds kind of racist, Bobby. Not gonna lie. Like we don't lampoon other cultures in here.
Wait, you guys haven't played Wulong Dynasty?
No.
Nah, man.
Losers.
See, just because something
Anyway.
is Japanese doesn't immediately mean I need to consume it,
It's
Godfoot.
Chinese. you gotta get your head like. Oh, Blitzen, cut that one out.
Oh man, that's racist. No. All I'm saying is that's not racist. Is that racist?
Oh, I mean, like you get in trouble for it in this day and age.
Well, that's it.
Not like the good old days when you could call them whatever you liked.
Call them. You could call them whatever. Oh, that's funny as just the way that you word that. That is a man that has said things that cannot be repeated. He says things
That
like,
was satire. Like I feel like that he like really flopped.
Nick's like, we're all playing a character.
I needed the support of everyone to like drive home the point that was satire. And that fucking, I had no backup there. That's gonna make me sound like a very bad man.
Oh man! All right. So Godfoot, what's been going on with you, brother?
What do you mean? Like I told you.
Godfoot's like, dude, we're in a voice
We
chat
spent
with each other for about
experience, I
6
mean-
hours yesterday.
Like, you know what's going on.
Do you have,
Come on.
do you have anything that you want to talk about
Well-
specifically? Max, make it natural. How, cunt? Like, I've got 2 stories. I'm ready to go. I've got stuff that I want to talk about, but I'm like, I don't want to, lampoon the conversation. I'll let these fellas, like Nick said, I'll naturally segue, and I'm like fucking waiting for one.
Well, look, if Godfoot's struggling, one of my stories, given that we've been on the topic of porn,
Yep.
one of my stories was actually porn related that I wanted to talk about today because I feel like this is a really fucking unique experience that I've had about a really unique product that I've never seen anywhere else in my life.
I'm so excited. I'm
So
buckled
no,
in.
it's not actually that exciting, and this is kind of why I would have liked a bit more of a natural segue. But like, all right, first things first. So Metal Gear Solid, we can all agree, is a fucking S tier game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, one of the
First
greatest
time-
game series ever made. Number 1, number 3, in my opinion, the best PlayStation 1 game and the best PlayStation 2 game ever made.
I think that's perfectly fair, 100%.
I know you're a massive fan of 2, but 1 and 3 for me. I'll play 1 and go
4
straight
for
into
me.
3.
3
4
for
for
you?
you.
Absolutely love 4.
Oh wow, 4, yeah. I bought a PS, and this is
But
when I was
don't
like,
give me that. 4 was excellent.
No,
you
I-
cannot tell me you didn't shed some manly tears to that ending. All right, come on.
super ass. I bought a PS4 specific, PS3, sorry, when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out. I had no interest in consoles. I bought a PS3 specifically to play Metal Gear
To
Solid.
play it.
Yep.
Fucking
Was it
played
worth?
that shit. It was
Oh, yeah.
worth. Except I lived with Nutsack at the time, and he was not yet a Metal Gear Solid convert, and we had like this party house. So actually, this segues into another one of my stories.
Hell yeah!
Now I don't know which one to
Oh,
pick.
now this is natural segue.
Oh,
we
man.
lived in this
A story
like,
with a story. We are really getting meta.
Yeah, this is when we were 18. So Metal Gear Solid 4 came out when I was 18. And yeah, we lived in this party house and we just had people over every night. And there was one period where I was just fucking playing PS4 in the lounge room for Metal Gear Solid, and everyone just fucking, like, they roasted me nonstop. They're like, cunt, you've just watched a cutscene that went for an hour and 20 minutes. Like, you're not even playing a game. I'm like, shh. We're just about to find out about I can't even remember any of the characters from 4. It was like that fucking laborious.
I remember, just a fucking side note, I remember the first time I ever played Metal Gear Solid 1, I reckon I would have been maybe 8, 9 years old. Right?
When what?
When I first played Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time, right? I would have been really, really young. So that would have been 2002, 2001.
Yep.
Maybe I was 10. I know that I was in primary school still, right? And I remember defeating Revolver Ocelot for the first time. So, he gets his hand cut off. Spoiler alert for a game that's like 25, 30 years old. But
It's pretty old.
But he gets his hand cut off, and then after it, you meet the president of Arms Tech, and he fucking starts explaining to you all about like what Metal Gear is. And I remember being a kid being like, I am not following any of this.
No, dude, no way.
Like, even now, I watch those cutscenes and I'm like, far out. This is crazy.
This is deep shit. Yeah, it's like the DARPA chief. It's like I don't know what DARPA is. Like this is. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, sorry, continue. Getting roasted for watching
not
an
at
hour
all.
cutscene.
All right, so I'm really. Yeah. Anyway, so I got roasted for that game, but I did really like Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 1, though, I played that. I would have been 12. It was around the time when the Cell games were on in Cheez TV, so I think it was 2001.
Yeah.
So I would have been 11 or 12. I went up to
That's
stay...
actually so funny because now that I think about it, I reckon the Freezer saga was on Cheez TV when I was playing Metal Gear Solid.
That's so funny,
That's
man.
so funny that like
Cheez TV.
So Cheez TV is like in Australia. Blitz, flash it up just for a second. I just want to see the old school Cheez TV on the screen for just a second. But then, so Godfoot, Cheez TV was like in the mornings on Australian television from like 6:30 in the morning until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was a show that was just like it had like a host that would, you know, do like lots of like fun stuff and giveaways and everything for like 5, or 2 hosts. And then every like, they'd only be on the screen for like 10 minutes, and then they'd put a show on, like, so they'd show off like Pinky and the Brain, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, like, yeah, all that kind of stuff.
So like our Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon stuff. Okay, cool.
Because we still have Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon.
Yeah, but it was
for us,
it was
it aired
more,
there.
It was just a morning show. Like it was that was. So you'd get 2 hours of cartoons in the morning.
Bobby said, Godfoot, what they're talking about is Australian's version of Toonami.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah,
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It was 2 hosts, Ryan and Jade, and it was like, g'day kids, oh man, that was really cool. Where Ash Ketchum almost fucked Misty on that episode. Anyway,
finally,
look at this big stack of toys. You can win these toys if you fucking take your mum's credit card and send us the numbers.
Look at this piece of art that James from South Kahlua has sent in. It's a picture of Donkey Kong, and it's literally like a Donkey Kong with 3 fingers, arms like this, like fully T-posed.
Wow.
It's like, thanks so much, James. We're sending you a copy of Super Mario World 3. Like,
yeah. Oh man, it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
So I remember because I was kind of shitty because I went on a holiday with my granddad. Like I actually was in the what was it? The Snowy Mountain Celebrity Fly Fishing Challenge. Because my granddad was like an Australian.
Mouthful of things that
That's a name.
He was like an Australian fly fishing champion.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so there was like 50% of the people that came were celebrities and 50% were like industry experts.
Because I was about to say, it's not that hard to be a champion when you're the only one participating in the sport. But yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of true. No, I mean, like, I'm sure he's not watching this, but yeah, like 100%. If there's like 30 people, he always really wanted to get me into it because he's like, cunt, like, there'll be like 2 kids there. You'll be national champion. You at least come silver in Australia. Like, there is no way you can't get silver.
Then you're and then Nick's like, fantastic. He did it. He got silver. Immediately wrote a letter to Cheez TV.
Here is a picture of me fly fishing.
Yeah, it's just you. It's the same.
Too many fingers.
The exact same picture of Donkey Kong.
Except I've just drawn a fishing rod in his hand.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I had dinner with Kamal. I don't know if you're familiar with the singer Kamal.
No. Oh yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kamal, no.
I think he was like a Sri Lankan guy. Maybe.
Wasn't he Indonesian?
Oh, was he?
I think he was.
I thought he was subcontinental.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe he was from Southeast Asia. I don't know. Anyway, a very, very famous guy from the 70s and 80s in Australian TV. He was a really good singer. And
Malaysian.
he sung a song for us. He was Malaysian. Fucking good get. Wow. He very, very dark complexion for a Malaysian guy. Anyway, he was a fucking lovely dude. I had dinner with him and he sung us a song and there was all these celebrities and we're all fishing. Anyway, that's the reason I went up to the trip. It was held in Jindabyne in the Snowy Mountains in New South Wales. Really good trout fishing up there. So I came up and I was like 11 or 12 and
I'm taking notes.
I was kind of pissed off because I had to upset my normal routine. And at the time, Gohan was fighting Cell in the Cell games. This shit was coming to a conclusion.
Yeah.
I did get to see the episode where the Kamehameha finally fucking does its job.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when you've got like 2 60-year-old fly fishing boomers watching you watch this cartoon and being like, it's just 2 guys doing this, going,
screaming.
Like, how are you enjoying this? Anyway, the dude that fucking we were staying with, he used to run a video store. And so upstairs in his attic, he's like, hey man, like whenever you want, go up there. There's all the fucking videos you want. I've got a PlayStation, I've got a Nintendo.
This is at Kamal's house?
No. I didn't go to Kamal's house. This was the guy that we were staying with. No. So Kamal, I just had dinner with Kamal, but we stayed there for like a week.
Was it just you and Kamal? Was this like a bit of a...
Kamal's like, Nicholas, you're a very handsome young man. Come with me into this room. I'm like...
And then young Nicholas was like, where are you from?
Yeah. I'm like,
Well, I've always enjoyed the company of gentlemen from the subcontinent, so sure.
Had I known he was Malaysian, though.
Yeah.
No, this was like at a banquet kind of dinner. For, like
Yeah.
this was at the end of the I think it was the award ceremony for the winners.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be sat next to Kamal. And,
Yeah.
you know, it was good. It was lovely, lovely man. No, I was staying with another guy who was also he was actually one of the best fish taxidermists in Australia. He had incredible. He used to do these like fish jumping out of the water, and then he'd use this resin stuff to make it look like water was jumping out. So instead of just having the fish stuck to the mounting board,
Yeah.
he would do these full fucking like live action things.
Yeah.
So there'd be like a fly coming out of its mouth, and it'd be like jumping out, and water would be splashing and shit.
What do they call those
It's
things that you make in school? I don't think we made them in Australia, but they're big in America. There was an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa makes one of the Telltale Heart.
Diorama.
Diorama, yeah, like diorama.
Diorama. Okay, yeah,
exactly.
sure.
Kind of like a diorama. So it'd be like a podium, like an altar almost, and then it'd have a block of this resin stuff, and it literally just looked like the fish is jumping out of the water. It was really fucking cool. Anyway, I was staying at his house. He used to own a video store. He's like, go upstairs. You can do whatever you like. Grab whatever you want. And this is back in the days where they used to lend out. Video stores used to hire consoles. I don't know if they do that anymore. I don't know if video stores are a thing anymore. Actually.
Nah, they're definitely not. But I did the same thing. We rented a PS2 once. I'll tell that story later. But we did the exact same. And I remember being a kid and being like, this is sick.
Oh, it's fucking good, hey. Anyway, he had a PS1 and I was a Nintendo 64 guy, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll play PS1. And there was this game called Metal Gear Solid, and I'm like, I've heard dudes talking about this at school. I always thought it was like a mech, like Gundam Wing or something. Like Metal Gear Solid, I thought it was going to be this like anime mech shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fucking so dope. And I loved Metal Gear Solid so much. Like you said, you know, the story went way over my head. All of this shit with like the industrial military complex and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Pretty sure I want to be a sniper when I grow up. Like completely missed the point of the entire story. But one other thing that video stores were well known to have was material of the more adult persuasion.
Oh, I was thinking
So
drug peddling teenagers, but yeah, continue.
One day everyone went out on a fishing trip, and I was thinking about what new video I was going to watch, and then I thought, hang on a minute. These videos all seem to have women with a very large breasts on them. So I flicked through, and they were pornos, and I was fucking kind of too young for pornos, but I liked the look of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is where I want to bring the story back to. So I got one, and it had two what I thought were very beautiful women on the front kissing each other.
Yeah.
And it said gay porn. And I'm like, all right, cool. Two gay women. This is sick. Like, they're kissing each other. This is fucking hot. I don't know what this is all about, but I've heard about this. It makes sense. I like it.
I hear Dad talking about this stuff all the time. When he's fly fishing, he's talking to himself. Like, I can't wait to get home and jerk off to porn.
So I get this video, which I'm fairly sure at least had gay in the title. Like it was something, you know, but in my head, in my childlike head, all I could remember it being called was gay porn.
Yeah.
And so I go downstairs and I
Which,
put
by
it
the
on.
way, if it was called that, absolutely hats off to the marketing department on that one. What should we call this video? Just fucking call it gay porn. Nobody gives a shit
Well,
what the
here's the
title
thing,
is.
though.
We don't know what the
In this
viewers
day and
want.
age, you don't really hear lesbian porn referred to as gay porn. I never have anyway, except for this one time. So I'm watching it. It's fucking great. These girls are kissing each other. They've got their boobs out. It's like playing with each other's fannies. It's all going well. I'm like, oh yeah, what else has this got to offer? So I'm skipping through. I get to this, like it's just all skipping through. I'm like, hang on a fucking minute. This isn't what I signed up for. It's a fucking dude licking another dude's asshole. So what I want to fucking ask you is, have you ever come across just like one size fits all gay porn where it's like, yeah, no, it's just gay porn.
100%.
Are you fucking serious?
All right. So
video.
I haven't. I haven't had that, but I remember being, I reckon, 14, 15, and This was before like porn and jerking off were kind of ruined for me. And I remember one time
I thought you were going to say this before porn and jerking off were a thing.
Yeah, I invented it. Dude, do you remember being a kid jerking off for the first time being like, holy fuck, what have I discovered? Do you know what I mean? Because unless you had a seedy uncle, you didn't know what jerking off was. Do you know what I mean?
I kind of worked it out.
The internet's pretty ruining, honestly.
Yeah, true. You're of a
Yeah,
younger
but you're
generation.
22.
And
Godfoot,
plus,
that makes
also all the
sense.
friends talking about like stuff in the library, like so that actually ties into what Nick was saying before. He was like, "You never seen it before." Well, actually, when I was about 11, Hotmail was a thing, right? You know the email service, right?
Yeah. No, we
Turns
know
out
yeah,
there
man,
was
I had it.
also a porn site that was hot MALE mail,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like hot mail.
I'm just telling you right now,
And
mate.
so-
Anybody over the age of 30 at one point or another with a mate has been like, oh, let's put in like weird versions of popular websites and see if they go places.
I see
and they
exactly.
always go to porn.
So I was sitting in the library, being a good boy, doing my own studying stuff, and my friend next to me was like, "Hey, you ever misspelled Hotmail?" I'm like, "No, I know how to spell." And he was like, "No, but you gotta see this." And so we tried to type it into the browser in the library computer, but it wouldn't go through because there was the whatever it's called, the firewall, right? So we're like, how can we get away with this? So we popped open our netbooks and we connected to the janitor's Wi-Fi, which was unprotected. The password's like 1234, whatever it was. So it was easy to get into. We typed in, we're like, wow, what are these guys doing? How are their little funny sticks so big? It's just
Funny
like,
stick.
looking
You're really
through-
lucky. You're really lucky because a lot of kids look up kids their own age.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're like, let's look up, 13-year-old girls naked on the janitor's
I
A week later, you're
Just seeing what
like,
I walked out escorted out by 2 police officers.
So, Golf, how old
100%.
were you during this story?
11.
11.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, all right.
I was 11, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Because I
This
like
is when I was just trying to understand what the fun stick could do
the fun
if
stick.
I used it in a certain way.
Yeah, okay.
See,
I discovered
that
it
sounds
in
real
a-
naive to me. Like, I remember I was
No. I discovered it in a hot tub, not hot tub, a tub in a shower, like the tub shower combo in a hotel
okay.
room.
This is
I was
why
like,
the shower
whoa,
is a
this
thing
is
for-
kind of weird. Shut
Yes,
up.
where it
That-
got
This is
sexual
kind of
awakening.
weird, you know, and then,
hang
it was
on.
pretty good.
Hang on, dude. Is this actually like therapy for Godfoot right now? We're
Yeah,
discovering
yeah.
reasons
Not
as to why he
therapy.
does what he does.
No, because I'm sanitary.
Godfoot's like, I was in the shower and I think I was horny, but I don't know what happened. And I got kind of excited. I knocked the shower head completely off the wall. It fell, looped around my neck, and I was like, I could put a phone here.
No, this is when those extending telescoping things weren't a thing, by
Yeah.
the way. So that theory doesn't
So you
work.
had to make your own.
yeah. I do, to quickly, because look, I don't want to talk too much about porn because a lot of this isn't going to be able to go into the video, but I will say I do remember one of the first like times where I kind of had a little bit of free range access to the internet, and I was looking at porn, and I was looking at a video of a girl getting fucked by 2 dudes, like Eiffel Tower style. She's sucking one dude's dick, getting fucked by the other, right? And then it does like a little bit of like a close up of the dick going into her pussy or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden there's just a dude's
pussy,
head there.
that's right.
There's just a dude's head there, and he's just like grabs the dick and just starts. So I was like, whoa! And then I came.
Oh, you're betrayed.
Look, when the only tool you have is a hammer, everything starts looking like a nail.
Yeah.
Well, that's the worst part about doing it, though, because like when you're ready to go, it just flashes like the dude's butt just swinging back and forth. You're like, no, wait, no, ah!
That moment that I just described is the epitome of that meme where it's like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man, like, Peter, stop, it's me.
Oh, damn.
So, I actually have a fucking great story that I've been really keen to tell. And I think talking about people in the adult industry has got me wanting to talk about it.
Yeah.
Bobby, so I'm just going to quickly jump into the chat section so we can see it. Bobby's just pointed out that we've all been scarred by gay porn at one point or another.
Yeah, no, it's a thing that happens. You know, you just wow.
So I have a friend.
Is this how you socialize?
Yeah, I have a friend, and I'll do my best not to name names. Who is an adult, who works in the adult industry. She's an escort, and she works in a legal brothel.
She's an escort, which means if you go out with her, she like walks a little bit quicker than you walk, but if you try and run, then she fucking gets left behind.
I was going to say that she's got a hand on her ear and she's constantly looking for security risks. You know? But yeah, so one night, her and I were just in a Discord call together, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit cooked, you know, I'm a little bit baked. And so we're sitting in a Discord call together, and she's like, she's working at the brothel, but she's sitting just like in like, there's this big back room that all the escorts hang out with when they're not, you know, doing their, I'll do that one again.
So they all play PlayStation.
There's a big room that all the workers hang out in if they're not like working, you know, if they're not with a client or whatever. And so we're just chatting and everything. We're watching stuff like, I think we'll
sit back there and practice.
We were watching a montage of funny moments from a movie, and then she goes, "Oh, hang on, I have to go do an intro," and so I go, "What's an intro?" Right? And she goes, "Oh, well, when somebody who hasn't already booked an appointment comes into the brothel, we offer for them to be introduced to all of the different workers. So one at a time, the workers will walk into a room, introduce themselves."
Oh, I've done this before.
I know you have.
I mean,
yeah.
fuck. Let's cut it out.
No, don't cut that out. Zoom in on his face when he looks straight down the barrel of the camera.
And we put his full name and date of birth up on the screen.
And my address too.
Yeah. But yeah, so she explains to me that, yeah, like they go in, they introduce themselves, they tell these guys like what they do and everything like that. And then either the guy will be like, "Yeah, I'd like to work with you," or he'll wait, see everybody, and then take his pick, right? So I immediately am like, "Oh," and she's wearing iPhone earbuds, right? So I immediately just go, "Take me with you." Take me with you so I can listen, because that's hilarious, right? So she goes, "Yeah, all right, sure." And I hear her walking, and I hear her meet 3 people, okay? And each story is funnier than the last, okay?
God, yeah.
All right, so I hear her walk. I hear her walking, and she's like, and she's just chatting to me and stuff like that. And then she's like, and then I hear a couple steps on like a hard floor, and then she goes, "Oh, hi, do you need anything?" And I hear what sounds like a very old man go, "I'm just waiting for Laura." And she's like, "Oh, okay, no problem," and walks away. So I have a bit of a chuckle. There's an old man obviously waiting for a very specific escort, right, to come out.
Oh, yeah, you've got to have your favourite.
Yeah, 100%. So my friend says, "All right, no worries," and leaves the room. Goes up to the second guy, right? And I hear this conversation. She walks in and goes, "Hey, doll, what do you want this tonight?" That's what I hear. That's her pitch. That's her introduction. Not like, "Hey, babe, how you doing?" It's like, "Hey, what do you want tonight?" Right? And I
Well, it's meant to be straightforward.
I hear, honestly and genuinely, the shyest human being in the world.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you'd think that you'd have to be kind of upfront, because, I mean, if these guys were good at working game and reading between the lines, they wouldn't be fucking paying for pussy.
Good point. So I hear this very shy guy, a very shy voice, just go, "Oh, well, I guess I'm just, I don't know, looking to relax."
Oh,
and
my
she,
God,
and then so she,
yeah.
and not matching. Okay, Nick and I are very experienced salespeople, and one of the first things that you learn when you're becoming a good salesperson is match the energy that you're given. If someone answers the phone like, "Hello," you don't want to be like, "Hey, mate, how you doing? What's going on?" Because they're going to be like, "Get the fuck." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you always want to match the tone. So this guy goes, "Oh, man, I don't know. I guess I just like to relax." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, so the sensual package, is that what we're after?"
You've come to the right place. You're looking to relax. You sit back down and let me run you.
So she goes, "The sensual package, is that what you're after?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, the sensual package. Yeah, that'd be nice. And she goes, "Yeah, brilliant." And he goes, "What, what's involved in that one?" And she goes, "Well, it's more of a sensual experience, getting to know each other, lots of talking, very intimate, rah, rah." And he goes, "Oh, yeah. yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like what I want. What are the rates, right? What are the rates? And she goes, I've never heard this before. She goes, okay, well, if you actually don't know the rates, if you didn't actually read it out the front, you can go out the front to reception and ask Stephanie, and she will give you a list of like what's available and what the costs will be and everything like that. Okay, Dal? And the guy's like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll go. And I hear him backing out of the room as he's saying this, like, yeah, all right. And he backs off into the next room, and I piss myself, right? So he leaves. Then she's walking into the next area, and so I quickly go, "You are the worst salesperson I've ever heard." Okay. And she laughs, and she's like, "Fuck off!" And I just think it's
imagine that you've done your pitch, you're going into like a close, and you're like, "All right, cool, man." They're like, "Yeah, fuck, I'm really wanting it. How much does it cost?" And you're like, "Oh, well." Fuck, man. You can just fucking go to the website and find out yourself.
Like, imagine getting to the point where you're ready to close a sale and the person's like, one more question. And you're like, no, mate, no more questions, okay?
They're already there. His dick is hard. Like, his dick is hard and his wallet's out. You can fucking tell him whatever you want. He's not going to go, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks, actually. All right, I'll give you a call. Let me think. I've got to talk to my wife. Okay, so she leaves the room and I'm like, you're a terrible salesperson. She laughs and everything like that. And she walks into the third room, okay? And because I've called her a bad salesperson, she very obviously wants to show that she's not a bad salesperson.
Of course, yeah.
So the pitch changes and I hear this. I hear her go, "Hey baby, how are you?" And I hear, no joke, and I will not be cancelled for this because I am telling a story, but all I hear over the microphone is, "Oh, yes, I am good." And then she goes, "What are you looking for tonight?" And he goes, "I am looking for a good time." And she's like, "A good time? Well, I can definitely help you out with that." And he's like, and he goes, "What is your name?" And she goes, I'm gonna use a fake name here. She goes, "My name's Melissa. What's your name?" Like, just like, so she flips from sexy to like so cold in like sentence to sentence.
Why is she like that?
My name's Melissa. What's your name? And he goes, "My name is," and then he goes, "My name is," and says his name. And then, and I'm laughing so fucking much, right? That I'm like, I have to get up. Because she can hear me laughing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to go.
You're worried that he's going to hear you through
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if you were talking to an escort and then from her ear you hear, self-conscious in me.
You just hear, sin,
loser. So I get up and I walk away and I'm pissing myself laughing. I go chat with Haley, who's in bed at the time, and I'm telling her about this, so we're having a bit of a laugh about it. I come back and I hear my friend say to this potential client, she's wrapping up the conversation, "Well, no worries. If you'd like to see me, just let the people at the front know and they'll come get me, okay?" And he's like, "Oh, thank you very much, Melissa. I will see you very soon." And she walks away, right? So I'm pissing myself and I'm talking to her. And by this point, I'll be wary. From the start of this story, about half an hour to 45 minutes has passed, okay? Right? Okay. And I'm hearing her walking and I'm laughing and she's laughing as well. And I'm like, I can't believe that you were so like, "What's your name?" Like, you know what I mean? And so she's like, "Yeah, I don't know why I did that." And we're kind of having a laugh. And then I get to hear this gem of a conversation. I hear, "Hey, Laura." And then I hear another girl go, "Yeah, babe." And then my friend goes, "Just FYI, there's an older guy out the front and he's waiting for you." And I just hear, "Yeah, I know." That's it. It's been 45 minutes. This cunt is like, "I'm waiting for someone very specific." And then she's like, so "Yeah, he's waiting." And just the coldest, like, "Yeah, I know." Like, just,
fuck,
and like she didn't go like walk past her while she was like, doing something. She's in the waiting area. Like, but she's specifically just not going out to this guy.
Oh, it's all so gross, man. Like, ugh.
Yeah, dude.
Imagine that. Imagine being like, imagine getting cucked by someone you're paying for.
Exactly, dude.
That actually reminds me of a story. Not that particular thing, but the first time I went to such an establishment was in Hong Kong.
These stories are scary. And Godfoot starts talking about his experience with escorts. You don't know if it's going to end up with a dead body, a loss of income, or just general embarrassment. No, go.
So we were on our way to India and then Malaysia for that wedding.
Yep.
and we had an 18-hour
Kamal?
layover.
Did I say it was Kamal's wedding?
No, not
Wait,
that
dude,
one.
I'm gonna say this podcast full of the throwback jokes. Really liking
yeah.
it. Really
There's a whole
digging
lot
it.
of that going on, yeah. But I mean, so we had an 18-hour layover in Hong Kong. We're like, oh, we might as well go out and get an Airbnb and just
Oh,
explore
you
for a
didn't
little bit.
get
That's my
an
first time in
escort
Hong
from
Kong.
Is this?
Hold
Are
on.
you about to tell us that you've got AIDS?
So-
Like-
No, so we go to our Airbnb and the pictures look great.
it's an Airbnb.
But it
It's
was-
not even a bed.
yeah, it was Airbnb.
Brothels. Some cunts rented his
No,
house
hold
out
on,
to
hold
one
on, no.
guy who's just stacked it with whores.
No, hold on. Now,
a bad idea.
I'll get to that. So basically, you go in, right?
Yeah.
And it was like a super compact street, both ways around. And the one door
this
was
a
like a really
euphemism?
shitty looking metal door.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Really, really shitty metal door. And you open it up, and there's like a really like thin staircase. We were trying to like raise the thing, like our luggage over our heads to get up there.
Okay, yep.
And the first floor was a restaurant / massage parlor.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't offer those kind of services, right? But I saw advertisements. That dude was like,
G
hey,
Fuel
like,
Energy, thank you so much for the
You
follow.
want-
Sorry, continue.
what?
G Fuel Energy just followed us.
Really?
I'm
The
not
actual
even
one?
kidding. I don't know.
All right. Hey, that works, man. G
I wish I
Fuel.
hadn't said the B word at the start of this stream, man.
Sorry, mate.
Well,
We're a
basically-
GG Sups kind of channel. Get out of here.
Well, basically, so the first floor was that. So we go up to the second floor, which is our room. But in order to access the other part of the room, it was a 2-story segment. It was very, very small. There was like a really shitty, like rickety elevator. In the elevator, there was the first floor, main floor, second floor, and then third floor, and then basement. Right. Now, basement had a little phone number next to it, so I was like, "This could be my chance."
Yeah.
I was 18 at the time, so like pretty much freshly turned 18, and so when my cousin was with me. He's an older dude. He's like 50 now, I think, and
Yeah.
you know he's like a straight no nonsense guy, right? He's really cool, but he's like a straight no nonsense guy. He doesn't do that kind of stuff. So we go to our room. You know, we're like, all right, we're cool, and then I told him, yeah, hey, so I'm gonna grab some water or something. I'll see you later. And he was like, wait, no, we have to unpack. And we turned around, I was gone.
Yeah.
I was in the elevator, you just hear creak, thump, 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 thump. I went to the basement, and there was a guy handing out flyers, and I was like, I was excited. So then I grabbed the flyer, and I was like, hot girls in this location. So I go out. So I go back up the elevator, and I go out, and I grab a taxi, and I take it to the destination. Meanwhile, I didn't know that my location sharing on Google was still on. So my cousin could still see it. I'm sure he was worried because this was like we were on the mainland. This was like past Central and Hong Kong Island. So this was like pretty far away. So he got worried, and I wasn't answering his text or anything because I was busy. So I go into the place, and then they're like, well, this is your first time here, and I showed them the flyer. And they're like, oh, very good, And then so they were like, well, here's your roster. Like, here's the menu, like a sex menu, basically. Like, here's all the stuff you want to do. You can do it. Just choose your stuff. Choose your girl. We'll get you a room. And I was like,
Can I get the-
finally.
Sorry, mate. Can I get the rough pussy fuck medium rare? Is that? No,
So I
Wait, can I
ordered.
get sans pubic hair? Thanks. Mate. Sorry. Yeah, appreciate it.
So I ordered the half and half experience with the shower.
What the fuck is a
So
half and
basically,
half?
it's a BJ then the full thing.
Oh, okay.
So
Why is that
I
called a
ordered
half
that, and I was
half?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's half and half. But anyway, we go through, and there was like a bunch of girls like just lined up in like a little thing, like a little like a little stage basically. You just kind of like, I like you, I want two, I like you, I want three, whatever.
By the way,
so I
every
got
single one of them has been freshly crying.
Probably, yeah. So I was like, I want you, and at that moment, I get a ping from my phone, and I'm like, oh, whatever, dude. And I just hear, oh, and it's my cousin at the door of the establishment, seeing me point at the girl I want, and then he was just like, the door's a sliding door, so he was like,
Wait,
Close.
hang
And it
on.
was-
Hang on, I need to know something immediately. Was he inside the establishment or was he outside?
It was outside outside the door.
So you're telling
like he opened
me
the door.
that this establishment where you're picking the woman, the prostitute, there's just one singular door between you and the showroom floor.
There's a door, a reception, and you walk further. There's like an
just
open
look
stage
into.
ballroom. Yeah, you can look into it. And so he saw me standing there, and he went, "Oh!" And I was like, "What the hell?" And so I looked back, and here's the door. He was just like, and just lightly closes the door, and then I don't hear from him from the rest of the night. Right, and I was just sweating, so I was like, I'm already here. I already paid. I might as
He
well
heard from you
do
though,
my
because
thing.
all there was a fucking sliding door.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
the
exactly.
names out.
It apparently doesn't
It's a-
stay closed. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, he opened it to follow me
One of
in.
those ones where you push it and it kind of comes
Yeah.
open again.
No, he opened it to follow me in, because I want to make sure I was all right. But like, I was all right.
You walked in, you're like, prostitute, and they're like, yeah,
It's
no
like-
worries, you tapped, and then you walked into the next area.
Yeah, you pay and you walk
He
in.
went
What's
to
the
follow
this
you
stuff
in and
is
he's like,
this
"Bro."
stuff is common in Hong Kong. There's a lot of places that do this.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Well, fine.
It's fine.
So I was choosing the girl, right? And I chose her. We did her stuff, and then I left, and
We did
then
the half and half.
I did the half and half, and I went got another taxi. I came back,
Yeah.
and my place is on the 3rd floor, so I'd be riding past his room.
Yeah.
And the actual like elevator doors, like the closing cage ones, right? And you have to use your key card to like unlock it so you can go to the higher floors.
Yep.
So you put your key card in, and the door's closed, but there's no door to the actual room. It's just straight into the room.
Yep.
From the elevator.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I just hear him on a phone with the family, like, he was in a very negative tone, like worried tone, and I was like, this better not be about me. And so I just went up to my room quietly and went to bed. And the next morning, we had our flight at around, I think 9 or 10 a.m. or something, so we had to get up early for the airport. And we just were completely quiet in the taxi ride. No communication, no nothing. Tasha was like, "What are you guys, doing around here?" And none of us said anything.
I'm
We
just
just sat there, just quiet,
I'm just gonna
just
say,
staring
though,
straight ahead.
If this story was he walked in and I was getting my half and half, I would understand the constant silence and like desire to not talk. But like Nick, if you and I went to Hong Kong together and I followed you into a building and it turned
But
out to be an
this is
escort that you were
different,
visiting,
my guy.
I would be like, no worries, mate, I'll leave you to it. And then
Yeah,
2
yeah.
hours later, I'd be like, what do you want to do for dinner?
This
Do you
is
know what
different.
I mean?
Yeah.
No, but
I'd be
this is different.
And I would look you in the eyes and say,
Half and
"Sorry,
half?"
brother, I already ate."
No, but this is totally different because, like, I'm a fresh 18-year-old. I'm supposed to be the innocent kid of the family, whatever.
Your cousin, I
and
have
this
to say, your cousin
and
does
this
not
cousin,
sound like he passes the vibe check.
I mean, he was 50.
no, he's pretty old.
He was
right?
55
Like,
or something.
He's seen some shit like whatever, right? His fun days are over. So that it wasn't a good time
You
getting the
should've
rest
said,
of the flights the way to
"Cuz,
India.
cuz, come in here, we'll do an Eiffel Tower."
Yeah, dude, cuz, come in.
Oh.
We'll split it. We'll split the half and half. You get half, I get half.
Man, you Australians are a whole different breed
wait,
over there,
I
huh?
just got the throwback. Nick, I just got the throwback joke. All right, yeah, nah, props. Well done. Well done.
We're like this all the time,
Well done.
guys.
Pretty much all of us.
Oh, fuck
So
me.
you alienated your family in a quest for pussy,
Yeah.
which is who here hasn't alienated someone or something?
And they were definitely 18, right, Godfoot?
Yeah.
Definitely,
Of
100%.
course they were.
She was a bit
actually
older. She was
talking
probably
to a-
like 30s.
Yeah. Well, because I
I
know
don't
for
care,
a
she
fact
looked cute.
they're very careful with that in places like Hong Kong. They've got like agencies in place to make sure that like nobody's doing it.
I
And
feel like Hong Kong is a lot more modernized than you give me credit for.
I'm picturing huts.
Make it sound like a
tuk-tuks.
rural
Well,
China
it
or
is,
something.
but like,
I'm picturing a village with like
it's
sugar
pretty-
cane growing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it pans out. It's actually one of those roof gardens they have in Hong Kong, where like the top of the roof is like literally just like a garden, like a field. Like you wouldn't be able to know otherwise, right? So, and like you pan out, and it's just like a big fucking city, right? So, this place was actually like pretty clean, pretty safe. Like I had to use protection and everything, all that stuff, right? Girls are getting tested and everything.
The very,
it was
very bottom rung of like quality. Yeah, man, this
It
place was great. It was safe.
They don't just let a
There was barely any bullet holes in any of the walls.
Yeah.
They forced me to wear a condom. I
Yeah,
wasn't
they
allowed
don't
to
just let
hit
100
women.
strangers a day fuck them unprotected. It's like
It
if
was
you
a
ask me,
clean
it was political correctness
establishment.
gone mad.
It was a good establishment. I am proud of what I did for the sacrifices I've made for my own horniness. You will not judge me for what I have done.
I will definitely judge you for what you've done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Teenage
That was a
horniness.
pretty bad move.
I was talking to a buddy today about. He sent me a message apropos of nothing, talking about Harry Potter. Harry Potter was very clearly written by a woman who doesn't understand what it's like to be a horny 15-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Oh, no, we were
even-
talking about Moaning Myrtle about this. You and I were having a conversation about
true,
this.
True.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, she swims under the bathtub and you're just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Harry was real weird. Think about the point where Harry is kissing Cho Chang in the room of requirement and she's crying, and then Harry stops and goes back and he's like, oh, it was bloody weird. She was crying. It's like, I'm sorry, but I've been a horny 15-year-old boy. He has the hots for her. He's in a room where he can materialize anything he wants. The girl's crying. Think about it, Max. I say it to Max because I know he was a horny young man. I don't know your horniness history.
Fucking.
Oh,
But, like,
believe me,
that
my
girl could be
God, there was
crying and
some
I'd be like,
there was some energy flowing through this weapon right over here.
Over this
I
fun
know
stick.
exactly what would be racing through my head. It would be like justifying why me trying to have sex with her is actually going to cheer her up.
You know
that
what?
would be literally what's
If
going
I-
through my head.
So what would you
That's
spawn? Okay,
standard.
all right. You're Harry Potter, right? You've leaned in. You've kissed Cho Chang. Just picture it for a second.
I'm not going to picture me kissing a 15-year-old girl, but
No,
yeah, cheers.
That's
No,
true,
so
actually.
you're Harry
Oh,
Potter.
shit.
You've just kissed Cho Chang, right? As you're kissing her, you realize she's crying, and you think to yourself, "I'm in the room of requirement where I can summon anything."
So I'm in high school.
Yeah.
I'm in high school.
What's the one
It's-
thing you summon?
It's high school, Nick. I'm kissing a girl.
Yep.
We both got the hots for each other. She starts crying. I can summon anything.
Yep.
Probably a Clark's rubber mattress.
Clark's rubber mattress. What about you, Godfoot? What are you
Rubber
summoning?
mattress? Well, here's the thing, right?
An
So-
FBOS machine.
a shower, a fucking neck, like a neck mount, and we're good to go. I'll leave her to her crying.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm specifically Harry Potter in this scenario, right, and I'm kissing Cho Chang, who's crying in reality because she's struggling with her
Summon
feelings.
Cedric.
Yeah, summon him. Summon his corpse. And be like, look, there he is.
Yeah, not so,
So I'm
fucking
thinking-
shit hot now, is
Yeah,
he?
exactly.
Because the room requirement supposedly that like whatever you desire, like whatever you need the most of the
Yeah.
time,
And
they'll
that's
do
why I
it.
think-
They'll do it.
and
They'll
that's
do what it
why, like,
requires,
a
right?
cheap
So
thin
I'd
mattress
ask
would
her
be what I
like,
would summon.
no, I'd ask her what does she need?
No, you
If
wouldn't,
it's
'cause you'd be
something like-
horny. Because you'd be a
I know,
horny
I know.
15-year-old. You don't care what she needs.
I know, no,
You
hold
know
on,
what
hold
you
on.
need, and
No,
that's
no,
a
no, wait,
mattress on the
wait.
floor so it doesn't hurt your back.
No, hold on. That we're getting there.
All right.
So we'd have half the room be whatever she wanted, and half the room be whatever I wanted.
No, there's
And I'd
no
be like,
15-year-old
now,
with a rock
let's
hard
pick
erection
and choose.
that thinks
Yeah.
logically, like,
Like,
how do I
yeah, yeah.
share this moment? I remember being
Yeah.
such a
You're
horny
missing the
teenager.
whole point.
I remember being
Yeah.
such a horny teenager that
You
I was
guys are
in
fucking
bed.
animals in Australia, man.
Listen, okay, first off, all right, Captain fucking Hong Kong Escort, don't be calling me an animal, all right? Second, I remember being 15, going to a girl's house, right? Ended up in her room on the bed making out, and I'm like, put your hands down her pants. She's wearing jeans. I can't undo the button. I'm struggling. So I just jam my fucking hand down her pants. And like, the circulation of my head is getting cut off by the tightness of the jeans. And I'm effectively, technique-wise, doing this. Like,
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely, man.
Or just
like,
I had a point where we were playing D&D, like it was me and like 4 dudes. It was D&D night on the weekend. I got a fucking text message from a girl saying, "Hey, I'm outside your friend's house." I literally went, "See you guys," and jumped over the back fence
Yeah.
to go and hang out with it. Like your brain shuts down.
I remember the
I'm not going
first...
like, I know
Oh,
that
yeah,
Cho
yeah.
loves
Pursue-
water lilies, so I'm going to have this side of the room decorated, and it would be so
if
cute.
you
if a blue
have
jay
the
would
room
fly
of
across-
requirement, you
Like-
might as well utilize to its full potential.
See, here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Why waste the
Here's
opportunity?
thing. In the perfect
I'm not
environment,
saying I do
Godfoot-
that in real life. I'm just saying that in that context, that seems like a relatively reasonable plan of attack.
I'm good. I understand
no,
in the
'cause it's not
perfect
about plan
world.
of attack.
In the
Yeah.
perfect world, yeah, you would on one side you would summon paradise for her, right? So you summon water lilies, maybe a little stream.
I'm not summoning that for her. She's summoning it herself. Whatever she needs.
Listen,
right?
listen. All that stuff gets summoned, and then you want your version of paradise. So you're walking into a room, and there's nothing but PlayStation 1 games and gay porn, right? Like,
Hey, where did that last bit come from? Hey, whoa. That was 2 times I saw that website. Anyway.
no, I'm talking about the fucking movie that Nick found.
Oh. No, it would just be like, I don't know, like Nick said, a mattress, I guess, or something.
But yeah,
maybe
so
a couch.
Like
A couch should be
literally just
good.
Go boom, mattress.
I've always found it funny that like there's that part they kiss and Cho like they pull apart and Cho's like and Harry's like fuck yeah. Like
No, I don't think he was. He though, was he like fuck yeah? Or was he like, oh, that's not very good?
No. He tells Hermione and Ron that he's like, oh, that was nice. It was just a bit wet. And
Yeah,
and that's the
true.
thing. Again, talking about 15-year-olds, you telling me Ron, the best mate, wasn't like, oh, I bet it was, cunt. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Exactly.
Oh, fucking hell, Harry!
Don't need that much information, mate.
Yeah, what did it smell
what he
like?
meant.
Do you remember all the fucked up shit that teenage boys would ask about girls? Like, shit.
Oh,
like,
100%.
like now,
100%.
if a mate asked you a question like that now, you'd be like, cunt, what are you fucking talking about?
100%, man. Dude, my mate, one of my best friends of all time, Gij, we were hanging out at his house. He went to the skate park to meet this chick called Chantal. They came back. Gij came back and we go, how was the skate park? He was hanging out at the skate park with her. We're 15, 16. I go, how was the skate park? Fucking...
No!
He goes, smell my fingers.
No, yeah, you know what he does? He goes, smell my fingers, and you go, oh my god, and he's like, oh fuck, bro, wrong fingers.
Wrong hand. Yeah. No, dude, we haven't let him live that down like 16 years later. But the point is, Ron would be like, all right, Harry, now Hermione's gone, how was it really?
Yeah.
And Harry would be like, yeah, it was fucking sick. Bro.
Harry's like,
Oh, man.
you tell me, opens his robe to cum stain his pants.
I swear, every single like horny teenager, especially males, I swear they're all like one hive man, like a hive mind.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Oh,
Ev-
yeah.
Everyone pursues the same thing. We all know what we all really want.
Yeah.
We want some details.
And that's the thing, and I understand that
But
J.K. Rowling
we all know it's a flex
Mm-hmm.
to put the details in, you know? A little
She
subtle,
couldn't
like,
write Harry.
it was pretty fucking good, you know?
Especially when you're the first in the group to do it. You know what I mean? When you're first in the group
Oh, yeah.
to have it.
Nick died again.
That's right.
Other-
yeah.
when you're the first in the group to, you know, cross that threshold into manlyhood, and, you know, you're the first guy to get the hand job or finger a chick or fuck or whatever, you are treated like a hero unless you handle it poorly. You know what I mean? We had a friend, right? I had a friend that I will not name, right? I'm not friends with him anymore, but he openly admitted to us that he'd had sex the night before, and then when we were in the music room, him and his girlfriend went into the back room to warm up his vocals, but they had sex again, and we were like, "Fuck yeah, man, that's awesome!" And we're really happy for him and shit. Until he
Yeah.
openly admitted that he'd only had one condom, so he reused the one from the night before, and then
From the night
Reused
before.
it?
the night before, dog.
Oh, fucking hell.
And I was like, and so my first question was, homie, why did you have it? Like, why did you have
Was it
it
his
on
trophy?
You? You weren't still home. Like, you weren't home and you're like, well, it's in the bin. It was in your wallet. You put a used condom in your wallet.
That's the fucking grossest thing I've heard
Yeah.
today.
Nah.
And that
Nasty,
was,
man.
he went from fucking what a king to what a fucking feral motherfucker.
Absolute animal.
Oh, man. So, yeah, no, it's,
That is foul. That
yeah,
is truly
pretty foul. So, well, we've got 20 minutes left. Anybody got any other anecdotes, stories, or things they want to talk about?
Well, you know, actually, this is relating to my future trip to Japan coming in a couple of weeks now. I'm pretty sure I'm socially banned from a ramen shop.
You're gonna have to elaborate, homie.
Socially banned.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
like,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not-
take 2 minutes. I'll be back.
Yeah. Right. No worries.
All right, sure. I'm not. Damn, that was loud.
This is
I'm not banned. It's more like, just I should not show my face there again. And what happened was, now, this is when I was 19.
Yep.
Right. I went with some friends, and it was a great time. Went around. This was in a small alley in Shibuya, right?
Mhm.
And it was lined with like ramen shops and like other stuff, like just general, like basically street food, but like in enclosed like actual areas that have like bathrooms and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So went through, found a really nice place, sat down, and on long plane trips, I get traveler's constipation. So I'm
Okay.
having a hard time. And we're sitting there, we're like enjoying our ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. So I'm having a ramen, and I have to use the bathroom. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be right back, you guys. So there's like a very thin paper door that you just kind of like slide open, go through, you slide close, no lock or anything, because the people won't know you're in there because of all the sounds. And there's basically a hole in the ground with a little, like a little, basically like the bowl of the toilet, but like sunk in the ground.
Yeah.
Everything else is like just like wet boards. No, there was a nozzle for you to like clean yourself with. There wasn't any toilet paper or anything. So I was like, okay,
A nozzle.
this is
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
this is better. Frankly, if you guys don't use bidets, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll do my business, get it all done, and there was a like a little like turn handle that you used to turn on the nozzle. So I held the nozzle, I got it ready, and I turned the handle. But turns out further along, there's a little rivet you have to change water flow from. So there was like a little bidet piece that shot out, and I turned to full blast because I had the handle thing that I could use to control the flow, and so it shot like into my butt all the way, and it was terrible. So I shot forward.
Stop the
and I
story?
slammed against the door.
Stop the story, Nick. You don't know
Yes.
anything about this story so far,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
okay.
not getting any context.
All right.
I think that's only
So
fair.
the nozzle, the full water flow shot up my ass. I slammed against the shitty paper door, and then
I like
the
that.
entire thing rattled.
Sorry, one
What?
sec, Godfoot. I love that as a first chat message. Technically a first
Technically
message.
a first message.
I like it,
Clever.
dude. That's very
Clever.
funny. Welcome to the chat,
That's
brother.
following the theme.
Welcome to the chat. All right, yeah, continue.
So shot forward,
Got my list.
and because of that, the water like it was very confusing to me. And shot forward, hit the thing, and then there was like, because of the pressure of the water, the poop shot out from the bowl.
Yeah.
It was all like on the sides.
Oh,
At this
that's
point, I was
fucking feral.
panicking because I slammed
This
against
is
the
why
door. Like I didn't know what I was
specifically
doing.
said no poop stories.
Yeah.
You're talking
it's
about.
my-
I mean,
talking about
I'm the innocent victim in this. And so
I'm the
shot
innocent
through,
victim. Oh man.
slammed the paper door. Water was getting all over. It was fucked up, right? So, and I stopped and I was like, oh no, what do I do about this? So I tried to like use a nozzle to spray the poop back into the
Okay.
bowl, like spray it down.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
it was,
thanks
like,
for following
sticky.
Ace.
It was
Please
stuck.
don't unfollow.
And it was stuck.
Yeah.
So I was really trying to like get it through, but it wasn't working. So I was panicking. We already paid the check. So me and my dumbass 19-year-old self, I just cleaned up as best I could, put my pants back up, just walked out.
I'm telling you
Left
right
the door
now.
open
I'm telling
and
you right
left.
now. If I go into a public bathroom and I do something that causes a bunch of other people's shit to spray everywhere, I just walk out. Like I'm just like, nah, bro.
That's
it's
what I
not
did.
my-
I left.
Shit.
Not my problem.
I left.
Oh, dude, that's abandoned
I left.
ship. 100%.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, but you
that-
gave it a courtesy spray first.
Yeah, no.
No
I
I
fucking
tried,
way,
but
dude.
that shit was like super glue. It didn't move anywhere. So I just left.
Nah, I'm
Oh,
gone.
my entire back, my
No,
clothes,
no
my
fucking
pants,
way.
my underwear were soaked. So I was just dripping water as I just left and I just left.
Yeah,
I was gone.
This is okay. We
And
definitely.
my
need
friends
to-
saw me leave, so they were like, so they left me out. Like, what happened? I was just a walk.
I know.
And that was That was terrible.
I
Remember
know,
my face.
I know that this is the first episode of the podcast. This is going to be a weekly thing, but I do think we need to set a rule of like one poop story a season.
100%, man. Although Ace seems to
Now,
Ace seems to get on board.
Ace says, "How do I become best friends with you? Or you guys seem awesome. You can join the Discord, brother. We'll have the
hop
bots.
in there.
We'll have the bots. I don't think we have a
shit,
Discord
sorry.
command set up yet for our actual Discord.
no, we don't have a Discord. No, but I'll
no, we
post
have
the
a-
link in the
Okay,
chat.
I'll copy. I'll get. Just wait. Check
Are
this
you
out. I've
posting
set
the
this
invite?
up. Chatbot, can you give the link to Ace in the chat?
There you go.
Voice activated, boys.
There you
Isn't that
go.
fucking
Look at that.
impressive?
That's
Have
the
you ever
future.
seen something so
Yeah, yeah,
sophisticated?
That's the.
You think you're fucking slick, cunt?
Oh man. All right, so we've got 15 more minutes. And I would like to quickly, before we go into maybe our last story, which by the way, Blitz, I hope you're enjoying editing all these stories.
Good fucking luck, man.
I want to quickly talk to that chat specifically about what our plans are moving forward with this channel, and what you guys can kind of expect to see. I know we've briefly touched on it when we launched the channel last week, but we've got a lot of plans and a lot of things coming, and you know, some exciting stuff that you know, is kind of important for us to kind of bring up to you.
Pretty exciting stuff,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, because, as some of you might know, because I was an existing solo streamer, Godfoot has experience with creating streams and working with people like Controller Dalrith, the Angry Joe Show, and all that kind of stuff. We kind of have like a pretty long list of contacts that when we could. That when we were growing and when we felt the need, we would maybe have the potential to reach out to sponsors. We've actually been really, really lucky enough to been reached out to already by some people that we have relationships with. And I don't want to name any names yet because nothing's been confirmed, but we've been told by them that they have plans to pretty heavily promote us to a very large audience. Like we're talking like, you know, in the 7 digits large audience.
Talking large.
We're talking-
We can give you details.
Not
'cause we need
vintage large.
We
We're
need
talking-
everybody. No, we're talking modern
We're
large.
talking modern.
We can give you very specific details, but what we need everyone to do in the chat is agree to a non-disclosure.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll need your full legal name.
yeah, an address.
An NDA,
I will
sounds
submit
good, I'll write it
I will
up.
submit a contract for you guys to digitally sign. Hell yeah, Ace, that's good to hear, brother. But yeah, so number one, we've organised a couple fairly large channels to give us a very nice push. So I mean, look, there's a good chance that we could in the next kind of couple of weeks go from a very small channel to a much larger channel very quickly, and I'm hoping that those of you that are here now will stick around for that.
Oh, 100%. I think it'd be really good because that'll give us the opportunity, if we did grow quite a lot, it'd give us the opportunity to do probably a lot more stuff in the long run. It opens up horizons, but I definitely don't want to lose this kind of vibe.
The closeness and
Yeah,
everything like that, 100%.
exactly.
Oh, 100%. No, this is something that, like, realistically only freshly growing your actual audience can do.
Yeah.
You meet like-minded people, you have a good time chatting with them, you
Exactly
guys,
right, man.
you know, grow a friendship. It's awesome. Like, it's but something you just can't get too often.
I
so
anticipate though
hopefully,
we'll probably get a lot of new people in the chat, and that's cool. And
For
it'll be
sure.
awesome
Probably,
to have
for sure.
everybody carry the same energy that we've got now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of that as well, it's also given us an opportunity to talk to a few, again, I won't name names because nothing has been confirmed yet. We've actually had the opportunity to talk to a few companies about potential sponsorships, specifically in the realm of, we've spoken to some people about potential funding for, which Nick is going to get very excited about, some gambling streams, which Nick is very keen for. We've also spoken to a couple places, a couple, we'll say a couple popular companies that tend to get advertising on YouTube videos and Twitch streams and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, again, can't confirm anything, but I can almost guarantee that you've seen a couple of them. So that's very exciting. So we've got, in terms of financing the channel, we've actually got a couple pretty decent options potentially lined up for the next couple of weeks. We do need that initial growth though for that to work out. And then the third big maybe. This is a big maybe. We haven't made a decision or anything like that, but we have been.
We might have Ninja come on the stream.
I'll ask him as a guest star in,
Yeah, exactly. No,
join our podcast.
No, but we actually have been approached by some representatives of Kick.com to potentially transfer our audience from Twitch to Kick or to stream on Kick occasionally, and which is honestly like a pretty fantastic opportunity. Kick is very much attempting to help smaller streamers grow. They've just spent hundreds of millions of dollars to bring all these big streamers on and sign all these contracts and everything like that. And so, yeah, a friend of ours got us in contact with someone from there because they said they were looking for streams with a lot of potential, a high quality, they're trying to do that. And so, yeah, so they came to us and potentially presented what could be a couple options for us contract-wise.
This is all super like vague. There's so many different options. There's so many different people at the moment.
And I will say there's big asterisks to pretty much every single one of these deals, except for the initial ones, except for like the channels, the friends of ours and contacts of ours that are planning on pushing us. A lot of these other ones have big asterisks beside them because a lot of these people for sponsorships and for potential transitions and everything, they want to see growth. Genuinely, guys, if you want to help support the channel, being here for the streams, chatting, joining the Discord, watching the YouTube videos, watching the TikToks and the YouTube shorts and stuff like that, that is what is going to help us the most because that's the kind of stuff that we're going to be able to use to really kind of like help fund the channel. And when we say fund the channel, we don't mean we just want to put money directly in our pockets. As you guys would know, for people that have already been here, Nick is currently designing a game show for the stream, which is very exciting.
Yeah, I'm fucking pumped for that. Man.
Which is if anybody saw Nick's solo stream, just you got a little hint. You got a little hint at the level of quality that Nick, when he gets full control, can take advantage of. Godfoot has some potential IRL streams coming up. We've got some gameplay stuff. We've got our first YouTube video being uploaded tonight. It'll be uploaded. Like seriously, like there's some genuine opportunity in the channel and there's going to be a lot of things like, like you guys have seen, we've been giving away copies of Sons of the Forest. We've been, giving away game codes. We've got some Steam vouchers to give away. We gave last week. Yeah, that's it. Last week. If anybody missed that stream, I think we averaged like 10,000 viewers or something like that.
It was big, man. It was big.
It was a lot.
We did give away a 1999 Toyota Corolla, so that was pretty exciting. But yeah. So and that is not. That's not going to stop. Like we have plans. We've all invested our own money into this channel, and we have plans to use that for things like giveaways, advertising, having Blitz edit our stuff. He's a fantastic editor. Loving what Blitz. Yeah, really. Like we've all seen the video.
Super excited for the release of the first video.
Yeah, we've all seen the first.
That's going to be a banger.
It's very funny.
100%.
It's us playing Sons of the Forest, and it's basically just. The Sons of the Forest is just a backdrop for us to talk nonsense for fucking 3 hours. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to, before we end the stream, we've got a little bit more time, so if anybody else has got something else they want to talk about, we can, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of like a peek behind the curtain as to what the plan is with this channel. As you can see, Bobby, you've been here pretty much the whole time. The quality has exploded because all of our artwork has been done, and we're on everything. The Technically A brand is on everything. We're technically us on Twitter, technically a channel on YouTube, technically a stream on Twitch. We're now set up on Kick as well if we do want to make that transfer. Technically a stream is now on Kick. That's all set up. So if you want to prematurely go follow that, please be my guest. We've got an Instagram account being set up that Nick, myself, and Godfoot will be posting on pretty regularly. We pretty much got an account for everything except for Plenty of Fish. And, who knows? That might be... technically a single man.
Yeah, that can be Godfoot's profile.
Yes. Oh my god, that'd be mad. That'd be mad fun. But yeah, so just wanted to quickly give you guys a look behind the curtain for a second.
Wanted to pull back the foreskin and show you the cheese that we've got growing under there.
Exactly, and we'll keep you guys in the loop as to how that cheese is fermenting, and we'll let you know whether or not it's tasty enough to consume.
Well, the best thing is the people here are going to have the first taste.
Yeah.
So,
we can go on polyamory websites.
Great idea, Ace. I think my monogamous girlfriend would be very, very, very unhappy with me doing that.
You're a conversation away from being polyamorous, Nick.
I'm that same conversation away from being single.
Yeah, which, I mean, either way, mate, problem solved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Problem solved in that I'm opening myself up to more problems.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, I've actually swapped scenes to a scene that you guys haven't seen yet. Oh, that was a lot of scenes. I like that. But yeah, so, all right, so we've got a little bit more time. We've got about 10 more minutes. As long as it's not a poop-related story, does anybody else have a story or...
Fucking targeted.
Are you talking about out of us?
Out of us.
Okay. Look, probably not 10 minutes.
Because if not, I have a story.
All right, go for it.
I have a party story.
Let's hear what you got.
I have a party story.
A party story. All right.
Okay,
Shoot.
so this was, I reckon I would have been about 19. It was before I started working full time and everything like that, doing the property stuff. And a friend of mine that I'd gone to high school with was hosting a party and invited me and like my kind of group of friends. No, I'm not going to tell the ant story again, which I just want to quickly fucking side note, and anybody that wasn't here for Nick's stream is not going to get this, but Nick...
Fuck, no, shut the... I don't even... Who the fuck said that?
Once upon a time at the foot of an old oak tree. The other night, the last night, I was in bed. Haley and I were in bed together, and we're laying there, and we're talking. And
we're making love.
And we're making love. And while in the act, I said to her, I told them the ant joke on Nick's stream. And she goes, "What's the ant joke?"
Oh,
and I go, "You know the ant joke. I've told it before." And she goes, "I don't know. I'm really tired. Can you jog me?" And by the way, remember, we're still making love at this point. She's like, "I'm
That's
too
how
tired."
good Max is.
Oh,
Please,
boy.
tell me anything to take my mind off this. She knew what the ant story was. She just wanted anything.
So I start telling the joke, right? Because she doesn't remember it. We're laying there and I'm telling the joke, and I'll be honest with you. Because the whole point of the joke is that you can make it as long as you want. You just vamp. You can tell extra stories about Motor's high school life and how he got bullied and all that kind of stuff.
I actually think it would have been a better joke without the vamping. Because I thought about it later on. I was like, the punchline wasn't that bad.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? So I get to the punchline and I go, and then suddenly outboard motor. And Haley goes, "I don't get it."
Oh.
And I go, "Because he's a borer ant. And
But
he's just chewing through
also-
wood, so he's outboard motor. But also an outboard motor is a motor that goes on a boat." And she goes, "Yeah, but what's that got to do with ants?" I'm like, "Nothing."
Also, though, wouldn't the joke work better if when you were doing the boring noise, if you made it sound like an outboard motor?
Yeah, no, that's
Instead of going...
well, that's the but ants don't sound like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
Anyway,
no one's gonna
let
go.
me-
No one's gonna go. Wait, ants don't sound like that. You'd be like, yeah, cunt. Ants don't have conversations either.
Let me
they
tell
don't
you-
talk about the north and the south of the
Oh,
Let me tell
technically they do
tree.
have
They
communication.
just play dance. Yeah.
let me tell you this party story, and then we will kill the stream. All right. Okay, so we get invited to this party by this girl that I went to high school with, and shut up. She invited me and two of our mates, right? And so because we knew this chick, she always like throws like themed parties. Like when we were in high school, she did a Mario themed party where everyone dresses like Mario characters or Nintendo characters and all that kind of stuff.
That's sick as hell.
That we were kind of hesitant because we knew there'd be a lot of prep. And so I called her separately and I was like, "Hey, like, is there a theme for the party or something like that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's just American themed. Like, we're going to have like hot dogs and burgers, and there's going to be like, you know, people are going to dress up in like, you know, like Letterman jackets and stuff like that." And I was like, all right. So I got to get like a couple items of clothes and everything like that. So we're all at Fountain Gate, me and my mates. They are like, "Fuck it, we're going to go just dressed as ourselves." I'm like, "No, I'm going to go wear some stuff." So I go to YD, which is an Australian clothing store, if anybody doesn't know what it is. It's a pretty, like, not high-end, but it's like...
It's definitely not high.
It's when you're a teenager, it's like your first step into, like, adult clothing. You know what I mean? You're not buying...
So is it like
you're not
Ross less for dress then, or dress for less?
No.
Ross?
It's like...
No?
I don't know
A little
what
better?
the equivalent in America would be.
It's kind of like H&M if it
Yeah.
only sold formal wear for like 18-year-olds.
Yeah, but YD sells like formal casual wear. You know what I mean? Like it sells like
Hot Topic?
jackets and shirts.
Oh,
and,
that's not correct at all. Never mind.
but anyway, so I go to YD and they've got like a Letterman jacket there, like a black and white Letterman jacket. I'm like, that's nice. I grab it, I pick it up off the rack, and there's a massive line, right? Like a massive line. So I get in the line, and I'm standing, I'm waiting. Eventually, I get to the front. The guy charges me for the jacket. I pick it up, I leave, and I'm like, all right, sick. And then the last thing that I wanted before I went was I wanted a brand new pair of Converse. My Converse were really dirty, and I thought that'd fit for the American theme, so I'll kill two birds with one stone. And there was a Converse store at Fountain Gate, which is where I went shopping, that had just opened up. So I go into the YD store, the Converse store, pick up my shoes. But again, dude, I'm telling you, like it must have been the busiest day at the shops because there was an absolutely fucking huge line, right, to get these shoes. So I'm standing there, I'm holding the shoes, and I'm waiting. When I finally get to the front, I pay, like, I think it was like $130. Like, it was ridiculously expensive. No, for the shoes. I already bought the jacket in the last, like, massive line of YD.
That makes sense. $120 for a pair of shoes.
$120. And it was funny, I got a bright green pair of Converse shoes, right? Because, back then, you got to have a little bit of flash.
Sure.
So then me and my mates are like, all right, let's go. I had parked in the pay parking at the top floor of the Fountain Gate. So I took my ticket, went to go to the ticket machine, and I'm telling you, I reckon 40 people in this line for this ticket machine. One ticket machine, by the way. Who designs a parking lot with one ticket machine? But anyway, so I go there, I stand in line. I reckon I was standing in that line for about 15, 20 minutes. I finally get to the front, I pay for the ticket. I am furious, right? Like at this point, I reckon I've spent about 3 hours standing in lines just waiting, right? So then that night, we all go back to my mate Daniel's house. We all get dressed. We all we put on our nice clothes, stuff like that. I put on my little jacket, my shoes and stuff, and I'm fucking pumped to get there. And we leave the house. I wanted to grab a bottle of water before I left, but I didn't. And we drive in. I have a little MX-5. We pull up to the house. We walk in, and I see my friend Nikki immediately, and I'm like, oh, the party's awesome. She's like, oh, I love the jacket, rah, rah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm mad thirsty, right? And she's like, oh, if you want, there's punch. And I was like, fuck yeah, I've never had punch before. And boys, I was so lucky because of all that PTSD from before. I was so worried there was going to be one, but guess what? There was no punchline. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming to Technically...
I cannot believe...
Thank you so much for coming to the Technically a podcast. I hope that you had a great time.
People are doing this as a career. Better shit to do.